goods, the Trump administration changing terms of a key trade agreement.
The Trump administration says it will not renew the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement in its current form, but instead will look to set up new trade deals with both countries. The agreement, negotiated during the president's first term and set to last until 2036, will stay in effect, but there will now be annual reviews that could change major parts of the treaty. U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer said the U.S. trade deficit with Mexico and Canada was a key reason to not renew the agreement as is.
ABC's Karen Travers. Authorities in Ohio say 16 children have been removed from a home east of Cincinnati, describing the living conditions as deplorable. 4 adult members were charged in that case. In New York City, a dangerous stunt played out atop the Empire State Building, including a proposal. It ended with both climbers in police custody, the couple facing charges following that breach in security. This is ABC News. 1 week after the double earthquakes in Venezuela, search and rescue teams still finding survivors. Yesterday, teams pulled a 3-year-old that was trapped in the rubble out. The death toll has climbed to more than 2,200. Officials say that death toll will rise. The frontman and songwriter who co-founded the Village People has died.
Born in Texas, raised in San Francisco, Victor Willis joined 5 other singers, each in a themed costume, to form the Village People in 1977. He was briefly married to Felicia Ayers Allen, who would later play Claire Huxtable on The Cosby Show. Willis struggled with drug addiction but completed rehab in 2007. Now the Village People Facebook page says he's died after a short illness. Today would have been Victor Willis's 75th birthday. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Extreme heat in the nation's midsection expanding to the East Coast. Those dangerous heat indexes will reach the triple digits through the 4th of July weekend. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
A World Cup comeback in Seattle. Epic drama in the city after Ted Beener at the traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Well, your Wednesday afternoon commute is getting underway. It's going to get busier as soon as that game is over. Biggest slowdowns include southbound 167. That's thickening up as you go from State Route 18 down into Puyallup. Southbound I-5 from Lake City Way is also slow into downtown. And again from the Duwamish River up the South Center Hill. And State Route 18 to the Puyallup River. Southbound 405 also slows at times from before I-90 to the Maple Valley Highway. Northbound I-5 slows coming into downtown from Albro and from the Boeing Freeway into the Snohomish Valley. And now northbound 405 has got braking from Totem Lake to 522. Your Seattle or Bellevue to Everett drive time, both of those have climbed now to around 40 minutes. Heading south, Seattle to Tacoma, that's up to 1 hour and 5 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia is up to 45 minutes. On southbound 405, Bellevue to Renton, that is 25 minutes, and your Renton to Puyallup drive time down 167 has risen to 55 minutes. You can also always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial at 97.3 HD2. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic, I'm Ted Beener.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. High drama today at Seattle Stadium. Belgium coming back to score 2 goals, tying Senegal in the final minutes of their knockout match in the World Cup. KIRO Radio's Jillian Raftery at a watch party for Team Senegal. Jillian, how's the crowd holding up?
Oh, it is a rainbow of emotions here, Aaron. There are chants, there are sighs, there's every kind of everything right now. There's several thousand people around me here at Occidental Square watching the game, and just really 14-year-old Hamza is one of them that I caught up with, who is just holding their breath, trying for a Senegal victory.
It's an honor for Seattle to host the World Cup. So it's a lot of people here. We're all here to cheer on for Senegal. And we're excited, and Senegal will win the World Cup soon, yeah.
And this is a watch party that's a public watch party. I will note that the Belgian Red Devils had more representation inside the stadium, but the Senegalese fans and all the other African supporting team fans are out here in Pioneer Square in force. You're seeing a lot of flags and a lot of jerseys, and we're all waiting for the outcome of the game. Live in Pioneer Square, Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, Jillian. And right now, extra time just about to begin. Again, the score 2-2 for now. King County and the city of Seattle are moving to reset the King County Regional Homelessness Authority after that scathing review found mismanagement and millions of dollars in lost money. The city and county will now take back control of more than $160 million in contracts from the regional authority. King County Executive Gurmai Zahalai says the agency will get embedded financial compliance team as well.
This team will provide regular progress updates to KCRHA's Finance Committee, as well as to my office and the mayor's office.
Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson says the changes will roll out in phases through 2027. State Patrol is asking for help after a drive-by shooting on SR 509 in King County. Trooper Rick Johnson says on Monday around 6 p.m., a Dodge Ram was hit by gunfire near Cloverdale. Shots came from the rear passenger window of a red Jeep.
We believe someone had to have seen this. I mean, that time of day on 509, there's other vehicles.
The driver was not hurt. There is a picture of that Jeep at mynorthwest.com. Now to your forecasts. We are mostly dry for today and again for tomorrow. Clouds in the morning and then clearing out for some partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. Right now, 63 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
One of the best ways to drain people's energy nowadays is via the internet. You can drain their energy via social media without having to even be near them.
It's surprisingly simple to get total strangers completely furious with you.
There we go. It's a great way to start the show. Thank you, Andrew, for that. As Aaron likes to say his name. Why shouldn't I say mine? John Curley. There it is. All right, Aaron. All right. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 1-888-973-5476. All right. I'm gonna dive into the news. Katie's on the floor.
Handle that.
We got all of our gifts. Teeny, of course, made for us, and then Tin Hat Jason with the drink of choice. The word caution is written all over it, handwritten. Look, a little of this, Aaron?
Yum! It's not bad.
Semi-famous weed booze. So we're sharing that with everybody. You've tried it?
I did.
All right. Good stuff?
Good, yes.
What's it taste like?
Tastes like Everclear.
Okay. It started with 11,000 followers and then 743,000. And within just a couple of days, more than 1 million people followed Freddie, the German soccer fan.
There is one ultimate super fan from Germany, and we want to introduce you to him right now. The internet knows him as So Far Freddie, and we've fallen
What are they laughing at? Okay.
in love with him. He describes himself as a German influencer and soccer fans. This is a soccer fan who came to the U.S. to cheer on his home nation during the Cup. He's been documenting his experiences as he explores America for the first time.
Joe, I can't see it. There's nothing written there. So what are they laughing at? You saw this. What are they laughing at?
They're laughing at pictures of his food.
But you never see his face. Nope.
Sharing wildly enthusiastic reviews of some of our fast food staples like Taco Bell, Waffle House, Buc-ee's. He's really hit all of our finest spots. He's met the mayor of Houston. He's visited NASA. He has sat in
whatever.
the Orion capsule.
Wow.
Okay. Then once he starts blowing up, as they say, then people start thinking, who is this guy? Are we being fooled by somebody?
But there is chatter that Freddie, who never shows his face in his posts, could be a PR plant. But the one thing that is for certain, Freddie has
Was that written on the teleprompter?
Yes. Given World Cup fans ein Morgen to cheer about. That's one.
Dankeschön, Freddie. I do feel, though, there's so many of these videos now of Europeans coming here and experiencing America, and I'm loving them. Yeah, they're hilarious.
It's so fun.
I ran into the guys in kilts in Central Park.
Okay, whatever. So now he has deleted his page, and he said he was going to delete it because beloved German World Cup fan Freddie deletes after the heartbreaking loss. But now people are also saying, but there might be something to it, that an internet sleuth has decided that Freddie's popularity needs to be taken with a grain of salt because someone dug in and found out that he had said stuff in prior posts because he accidentally put his real name up. And it turns out that Freddie,
They just dug through his Twitter history.
everything to find. Then they find out that he apparently, it showed him defending rapping using the N-word, that it's okay if you're rapping, you can use the N-word. And then also, apparently he came out and said nice things about Saudi Arabia in 2025. I think we all remember that one.
No, Freddie, no.
Not Freddie. So Freddie has become milkshake ducked. Milkshake ducked. That was a term invented by a guy named Ben Ward. He's a cartoonist from Australia in 2016. And he had a little picture of a duck drinking a milkshake and says, lovely duck drinking milkshake. And then right after that, 5 seconds later, sorry, duck is a racist. So they had to take the whole thing down. So that's called milkshake ducked, where you become instantly famous for really nothing of any great achievement. But then as quickly as you are rising, someone is underneath you or someone beside you or somewhere else trying to find something else behind you to tear you all down. And then you just simply go away. Like, for instance, do you remember the debate that occurred and they needed an undecided voter? And this guy, Ken Bone, got up.
I guess folks decided that I was worth looking at for a while.
He's so fluffy! He had the red sweater on with the zipper, glasses, and a mustache. He was everywhere. Everywhere.
My wife never liked all the media stuff, how busy it would make me, how anxious it would make me, and she could see the toll that it would take on me sometimes. Not being able to sleep at night, not being able to go to the grocery store without being mobbed by a bunch of people that want to talk to me and take pictures and stuff. That went on for months and months. I'd get up and I'd start doing media about 5 o'clock every morning, and I'd be so anxious about the day ahead that I'd be shaking.
Yeah, then he really tried to capitalize on the fame a bunch of different ways.
Once you realize that that your time is over, you have this thought in your head your whole life. You're like, is this really all there is to life? Like getting up, go.
I can tell you something. This is a documentary was done about him in the New York Times. So he got milkshake ducked because some guy named Stan Gibson, 18, went on the internet and started digging around on Ken Bone, who was just a fat guy in a red sweater who asked a question with a mustache. There were dolls made about him. There were T-shirts. The original sweater that he wore was purchased by, I forget who, some clothing company, and they gave him the money. Then he gave it to a charity. You could go to Walmart and buy the sweater. I mean, he was a Halloween costume, right? This guy, Stan Gibson, 18, finds out that this Ken Bone had a proclivity for porn that involved pregnant women. And a few other things. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay. Here's a sad end of Ken Bone realizing he got milkshake ducked and his 15 minutes were up.
Going to work, coming home.
Yeah, here, this whole thing is just so kind of sad.
Getting up, going to work, coming home, eating dinner, watching reruns, going to sleep. I'm going to do that again forever. But you think maybe something amazing will happen to me someday. I've literally been in stadiums and theaters where they'll announce that I'm there or show me on the screen, and tens of thousands of people will chant my name and cheer for me and scream like I just won the World Series. That's never going to happen again. So it's real easy to get down on yourself and be like, I peaked at 33. Better than peaking in high school, I guess, but it's over. I'm going to live 50 or 60 more years of just existing.
Ken.
Wow. He's describing so many lives.
I know.
Work, go home, eat. Andrew. And how about this lady? So this woman became, also, she got milkshake ducked as well. Because then people are saying, okay, so Freddie, the German guy, got milkshake. This woman, the Chewbacca mask lady.
Oh, yeah.
This is wild what happened to her.
I watch when my mouth actually moves.
Remember she was in her car, she put the mask on?
That's not me making that noise, it's the mask. Here,
When this first happened, I said that's a fake laugh. Like at first it's a laugh, but then she just keeps going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You with me?
No, I think it was genuine.
Okay. I'm going to subject you to it then. It's fake. No,
she's having the time of her life.
Oh, I'm such a happy Chewbacca!
No. Really? I'm losing a lot. Get the dramatic music out. I've lost you. You know what? You were like 9.9 in my book. Okay. Where did I have him last, Andrew? Where did I have Joe last time in my book? Was he like a 9.7, 9.8? We're somewhere in the book.
I lost the book. I've lost track of it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I had you to 9.7 last time. You just dropped to an 8.2.
Oh,
because you believe this is real.
This is worth every penny!
Okay, anyway, what happens to her? This woman becomes so unbelievably famous. She did that. The Chewbacca mask lady does this. She's 37 years old. Her name is Candace Payne. Then she puts the thing on May 19th, 2016. And a lot of people, especially Joe, thought it was legitimately real, that she was really laughing that hard. She ends up going on 7 television shows. Hasbro has her come. They do a late-day musical comedy involving the Gregory Brothers, remix the video. She's on with James Corden and the Late Late Show. She receives $7,500 from Memorial Day weekend. She goes to Disney Hollywood Studios, gets $2,000. Altogether, she collects $400,000 for a scholarship she gives. And then Mark Zuckerberg invites her to the Facebook headquarters there in California. She amasses over 140 million views on Facebook, and it just takes off. She goes to Hasbro, and they present her with the Chewbacca mom action figure, the body like Chewbacca, and the head is a representation of Payne herself, including a removable Chewbacca mask. And there's also 13 pre-recorded phrases like, "That's not me making that noise," and "I'm such a happy Chewbacca." The woman becomes instantly famous, and then she ends up, people start digging around in her background, and they milkshake duck her as well. And this was sort of the end of her. She's reacting to the shooting of the police officers in 2016, and then she decides she's going to go on and do a video of herself singing a Michael Jackson song.
I'm very nervous to just share this with you because it's so vulnerable, but I felt like somebody needs to sing these lyrics again and sing them over our world and just be a good reminder. So that's all I'm going to do. Just sing it real quick and then hope that
She doesn't have the mask on, by the way.
it in some way touches you and inspires you today to make a better place. Ready? Here we go. There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love, and this place could be so much brighter than tomorrow. Oh, and if you really try,
She
in this place you
goes
will
on trying to give
feel
speaking engagements, and then she charges $20 for autographs. And people dig some stuff up about her, saying some stuff about some people, and then she's done too. Out the door she goes.
Oh.
What is it? So I think there is this strange phenomenon that happens with when things get milkshake ducked, which is those people sitting there looking, thinking, okay, we don't like overnight sensations. We don't like mass marketing, or we just don't like mass populi. We do not really like the things that everybody else likes. So they're sitting there and they decide, well, I'm going to find out everything I can about this person, whether it's Tim Bone or the German fan or the masked lady. So they dig around and they drag the person back down to earth by bringing something horrible up about them, or perceived to be just taking some of the shine off the overnight sensation. Because it's a way of pointing out, they're saying, I'm not envious, I just want to point out the hypocrisy. So it's a way of sort of thumbing your nose at what's popular for people because you just don't like the things that people like. right? Yeah. You're sort of sitting in the stands going, ugh, I'm so disgusted that the number one television show back in the late 70s was Dukes of Hazzard. Have this general disgust for what most people enjoy.
Yeah, I think there's a sense of jealousy probably baked in there too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What did you find out? What it was she said about somebody that people had a problem with?
What did she say?
Some of these kind of just fade out too, right? I mean, I can't imagine.
Well, yeah. How do you? By the way, Ken Bone had a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Who doesn't have a podcast? Right. What did she say? I think she had made a couple of. They found something in there about her liking something that other people didn't like or not. She wasn't 100%. She wasn't as bad as unless you got if you like pregnant porn, that did Ken Bone in. But she did enough stuff that people were able to just simply say, who is that person?
Well, I think it probably had a shelf life anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, so
what do you do with it? You cash in while you can, or you end up like Ken Bone, who basically explaining what life is like afterwards.
I was shocked to learn he was only 33 when that debate occurred. That's kind of surprising. I do feel for him now.
Do you feel sorry for anybody that makes it all of a sudden becomes an internet sensation?
I think, and by the way, there's a term for that. We call it going viral.
Right, I know that.
By
the way, did you know milkshake duck? Have you heard that word?
Yes.
Because in 2017, it became word of the year.
I hate milk.
Okay, thank you, Sherry. Yeah.
But I do feel bad for people that think that aren't cognizant of the shelf life.
Right.
Like, it's like this is my big break, or this is gonna last forever. I mean, if you go in knowing that, hey, this is just gonna be fun and I'm gonna get milk everything I can out of it, then I think you're gonna suffer less when it finally goes away.
Right.
But some people are not prepared for that.
For all the attention becomes addictive, right?
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden you just want more and more attention. So you start to do other things in order to try to get attention. But once you sort of get a little taste of it, that everybody's aware of you, think about that. For that poor guy, Ken Bone, sitting there when he's not looking at pregnant naked ladies. He just has a normal everyday life.
Right,
and
which
then all of
is
a sudden, but then he walks into an arena and they announce that he's there.
Yeah. But then all of a sudden, ordinary life just is unfulfilling and depressing for him. So that's the.
Oh gosh.
Oh, Ken.
Poor Ken. Well, Freddie's gone now. Freddie will go with a long list of other people who made it and then not famous anymore.
And they were what?
They were milkshake ducked.
That's rolls right off the tongue.
Okay. Again, the fact that you think this woman is actually laughing.
I don't think she.
No, just don't try to fix it. At a certain point, she's laughing originally, but then it's more laughter knowing that it's going to go viral.
She didn't know it was going to go viral. Come on.
I don't even know you anymore. I don't know you.
You think she
when
knew that was going to go viral?
When are you going to pull the latex mask off?
You think she
knew? Like that guy on Fox.
This is going to get me a couple 100 million views.
No, she didn't think that, but she's like, never mind. Here's Nate check. Oh, no, it's Ted. It's Ted.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ted. Sorry about that. Ted Beaner, second chopper. Chad.
All right, this traffic report is brought to you by Carpet Liquidators. More cars are joining your Wednesday afternoon commute. The most significant slowdowns involve southbound 167 from Pacific down into Puyallup. Southbound I-5 drags from Lake City Way into downtown. From South Center to past 200th, where we've got a crash that's over on the right shoulder. And again, from State Route 18 to the Puyallup River. Southbound 405 also slows at ties from before I-90 all the way down into the Renton curves. Your Bellevue to Renton drive time, that's about a half hour. Seattle to Tacoma is an hour and 5 minutes, and Tacoma to Olympia is 45 minutes. Renton to Puyallup, 55 minutes. Now, if you're heading northbound I-5 is brake lights from the West Seattle Bridge into downtown, from the 405 merge to 128th, and from the Boeing Freeway all the way up into Marysville. And now, northbound 405 has got braking as you go through the Totem Lake area. Your Seattle or Bellevue to Everett drive time, both of those are now around 45 minutes. Why pay retail? Save big with the largest carpet and hardwood flooring section at Carpet Liquidators. 7 locations. They got you covered at Carpet Liquidators. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beaner.
Dear Ursula, I have a group of friends who have bonded over
Hi, I'm Ursula Boyteen from the G and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the G and Ursula YouTube channel.
You reach a time in your life where you're going to need help. My husband was a big help to me, but then after he died, I didn't have that help. But living here, Aegis is just wonderful. If anything happened to me, they would be right there taking care of me. I feel very safe, very secure, and I'm very happy here.
Voted Best of Western Washington for assisted living and memory care, Aegis Living is the trusted expert in senior living. Visit aegisliving.com/KIRO and see for yourself.
Hey there, Dawn Riley with Olympic Hot Tub. Make this the summer you start to relax and feel better right in your own home. During our All-American Soak, Swim, and Sauna event, enjoy liberating savings on a saltwater hot tub, swim spa, or sauna, with up to 3 years to pay for it interest-free. A soak or swim under the stars, a sauna after a long day. Celebrate feeling better today. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Oh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Hello. Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi?
They even brought their own devices and spell book.
You didn't give them the new Wi-Fi password, right?
No.
That's good.
I gave them our old one. Because Xfinity lets us keep the same network name and password so devices connect instantly.
What do they want Wi-Fi for anyways?
Better not to know. Plausible deniability.
Get streaming or scheming instantly with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments. Clearly different wealth management. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Today's World Cup match in Seattle in extra time after a Belgian comeback in the final minutes of regulation. Still tied 2-2. KIRO Radio's Jillian Raftery right now at a watch party for Team Senegal. She joins us live. Jillian.
Aaron, emotions are high, and a lot is on the line with the winner of this game likely to come back and play in Seattle, potentially against the U.S. or Bosnia, who, depending on the outcome of this afternoon's game, thousands of people are waiting on the edge of their seats inside the stadium, and almost as many glued to screens at watch parties just down the street.
I'm from Djibouti, and I'm supporting Senegal. Because, African team, they never win World Cup, and we want to see one day the African country winning a World Cup.
And there are a lot more Senegal fans here, as well as people wearing jerseys from other countries in Africa here to support Senegal. A lot of people have been here since 1 p.m. when kickoff happened. They can't believe how long this game has been, but they're not going anywhere. They are invested in this outcome. Live in Pioneer Square, Jillian Raftery for KIRO News Radio.
Thank you, Jillian. Now the campaign to repeal Washington's new tax on millionaires will turn in initiative signatures tomorrow. Supporters say voters have repeatedly rejected income taxes. Opponents include Larry Delaney. He's the president of the Washington Education Association, and he released a video statement today.
Washington has one of the most upside-down tax codes in the nation, where the wealthy few don't pay what they truly owe, and the rest of us, nurses, teachers, construction workers, have to foot the bill.
The initiative is backed by Let's Go Washington founder Brian Haywood. He told KIRO Radio's John Curley last month they've been collecting about 80,000 signatures per week.
It suggests something much bigger is going on here than I think Olympia planned on, right? People are more pissed off about this than Olympia was hoping for.
If enough signatures are verified, voters will decide the fate of the so-called millionaire's tax in November. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Ted Beener.
Thanks, Aaron. It is getting busy out there on the roads. Northbound I-5 slows from the West Seattle Bridge into downtown, from the 405 merge in Linwood up to 128, and from the Boeing Freeway into Marysville. Northbound 405 has got brake lights as you go through the Totem Lake area. Your Seattle or Bellevue to Everett drive time, both of those are close to 50 minutes now. Heading south, southbound I-5 is sluggish from Lake City Way into downtown, from South Center to past 200th, where we still have a crash over on the right shoulder, and again from State Route 18 to the Puyallup River. Southbound 405 also slows at times from 520 all the way down into the Renton curves. Southbound 167 has got braking from 405 down to 212th and from State Route 18 to Pacific. Your Bellevue to Renton drive time, that's a half hour. Seattle to Tacoma, that drive time is up to an hour and 10 minutes, and Tacoma to Olympia is 45 minutes. That drive down 167, Renton to Puyallup is 57 minutes. I'm Ted Beener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
Thank you, Ted. Now to the forecast. We are still mostly cloudy with some sun breaks out there, staying dry today and more the same tomorrow. Then a nice warm up for the 4th of July weekend. Right now, 63 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
I'll take heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric for $400, please, Alex. And Alex Trebek would ask the question or make the statement, and I'd have to answer. What is Home Comfort Alliance?
Nice.
Do that. I'll work it in there.
Wow. You ever been on a game show before?
Gosh, don't do that. Don't tease me into telling a story I think I've told one other time before. It brings back memories, though. It certainly does. My time on Hollywood Squares.
Move on.
I tell people that. I don't care what you say. They're like, where were you? Like, were you the center square? I'm like, no.
That's what I thought as well.
Like, who would pick me? I'm like next to Elmo or, I don't know. Whoopi, like, yeah, I'll take the guy, like, not the top, to the right, like, middle, that guy, whatever that guy. Hey, I'm in the middle of a broadcast here. Can you watch your sporting event? I know you've got World Cup fever.
Yes.
Aaron, I see it.
Sorry. I was not listening to you. I was
obviously not.
Did you see this?
No. What is it? Where
they didn't score.
They almost scored.
Almost.
So many almost scoring. Look at that.
Yeah.
That would have won it.
We're gonna have to go back to who's only covering the Senegal teams.
We've heard a lot of fans from Senegal in our coverage today.
Okay, fine. Here we go.
Yes.
I didn't know you were a soccer fan.
It's been a lot.
Once every 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hoping for penalty kicks.
I had a relationship like that once every 4 years.
Funny thing is, you actually did.
Huh?
You actually have.
Well, I'm doing news here.
Okay.
Golly, Joe, there's coyote tapeworms out there, and you guys are talking about soccer.
This is a big deal.
Hang on.
UW researchers discover a new hidden danger, a tiny worm with huge consequences, a parasite scattered by coyotes never seen before in our area.
So our reaction when we found this parasite was honestly shock.
KIRO 7's asking scientists how dogs are exposed and why it can be a time bomb if it gets in your body.
If people get exposed to it, it can cause all kinds of major medical issues in people, up to and including fatalities.
Okay. Then you put here the actual story. What does that mean?
That was the dramatic opening.
Oh, okay. Here's the story.
A new UW study with an urgent warning to dog owners
Yep.
about a dangerous tiny tapeworm. It's a parasite never before seen in our area. It's spread mostly by infected coyotes and the stuff coyotes leave behind. Alarming for any
Did they say how it got here then?
They don't know.
Oh.
dog parent. This is our parasite expert, Dr. Yasmin Hentati. She's a postdoctoral scholar at UW.
Our reaction when we found this parasite was honestly shock.
She discovered the dangerous parasite.
You know the thing about people that study parasites and stuff, or just generally like outside the norm, do you hear a little bit of joy in her voice?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's a terrible thing. I'm sure you get it and really messes you up and stuff. But she's so excited to have this thing to be able to, like, study, right? You can sense it.
This is our parasite expert, Dr. Yasmin Hentati. She's a postdoctoral scholar at UW.
Our reaction when we found this parasite was honestly shock.
She discovered the dangerous parasite living inside a lot of urban coyotes running around us every day. She collected and examined 100 coyote carcasses and found 37 were infected with tens of thousands of these little tapeworms.
Mm-hmm.
It's tiny. It's like 3 millimeters long.
They're called Echinococcus multilocularis, and in other countries it's called a fox
It would take me a week and a half to get that out.
Echinococcus
Careful.
tapeworm. They live comfortably in the intestines of a fox
Okay,
or a
what do we
coyote,
need to know-
and
what
it
do we
doesn't
need to
make
do?
them sick at all. But the microscopic eggs and larvae from this tiny worm in coyote scat
Yeah.
is dangerous for dogs, and it can be deadly dangerous for people.
This disease is considered one of the most important foodborne illnesses globally, and 1 million people are infected with it right now around the world. However, it's extremely rare here in North America.
Okay, well, I'm nothing against KIRO 7. Great job, Gary. But, like, what am I supposed to do? Just tell me that. But now what am I supposed
You have
to
to
do?
keep your dogs away from coyote poop.
Oh, God.
Oh, what?
Frightening, right?
Oh, goodness.
Food for thought.
Yeah.
Back to you.
Okay, wow.
Go away, coyote.
Yes, exactly. Okay, well, thank you, Joe, for that. We could rather go back to Aaron watching soccer.
Well, here's the interesting thing.
Oh, really?
They talked.
Well, we held the interesting thing back until the end?
They talked to somebody who this happened to in that story, but there was a man, he was, I believe, in Germany, and he was diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Yes.
So he thought, clearly he was, he had his at least, not more than a year to live.
Mm.
Then a further study, as they were doing more imaging on his brain tumor, they realized that it was actually a bunch of worms living in his brain. Those worms were the coyote tapeworms. They can develop into a and good news for him, he doesn't have a brain tumor.
And now you know the rest of the story.
And now you know. The rest of the story.
Page 2, Edith Turnbane was having trouble with her cat fur. It was all over the furniture and on her sweater.
Dun, dun, dun.
Double stick tape wouldn't do it. But the Dyson Auric V vacuum cleaner came along and cleaned up everything for her.
Sounds like
you
an
ever listen to
ad.
him?
No.
The great thing of how Paul Harvey used to do his newscast, he would be doing like a regular story, right? And then all of a sudden, page 2, and then he'd go into something about some lady who's got problems with cat hair all over the place. And you're like, ooh, I wonder how this is going to end. And then bam!
It's an ad.
Right out of no, you had no idea because we walked you right into it. Next thing you know, Auric V vacuum cleaner came to the rescue. Yeah. And you're like, oh, he got me.
We should do that
Page
with
3.
Our next Home Comfort Alliance.
I will slip it and people won't even know. And the only way you'll know is I'll be doing a really bad Paul Harvey imitation. and the next thing you know, you'll be buying a heating and cooling unit. Well, that was a waste of time, Joe. I mean, again, to be concerned about the tapeworm out there, and it's in the coyote's cat. But again, how many people directly affected by it? Still, also maybe it's because it's still too fresh for me because I got a tapeworm in Fiji by eating bad chicken. Only because I was trying to be a good guest. We were sitting in this tent with these Fijian fellas, and I knew it wasn't cooked well. I could tell it wasn't cooked well. And John Stoffett was sitting next to me. He's like, "Don't eat it. Don't eat it. I think it's really bad." And I was like, we got to eat it. We have to eat it. Because the camera was on us, and they were all in these, like, crazy native, like, things. Basically nude.
What was the story?
But we were there covering something where a Fijian tribe that was, you could go there and live like the Fijians in the village of Devaluke.
Wow.
And you spend all day just doing exactly what they were doing. It was invented by this guy, I think, Mike Gold from University or from Washington State. He was a cougar, and he came up with the idea. So we went there to do a story on it, and while we were having this kava ceremony, they served chicken, and Stoff was like, "Don't eat it. I think it's bad. I'm not gonna eat it. So I'm gonna put it in my mouth, and I'm gonna spit it out, and then like put it behind me." And I was like, "Look, they're gonna see that." He's like, "Shh, there it comes." And then they passed around this chicken. I reached into the bowl and got a piece of that out and ate that bad boy. And then a couple months later, I had a tapeworm. Then they passed around. Thank you.
How
Gene.
did you know you had a tapeworm?
Because I went to the doctor, and the doctor was like, "Wow," he was excited as that lady was. Jeez, I haven't seen
what
this.
What were your symptoms?
Just generally couldn't gain weight, couldn't do the Pledge of Allegiance without crying. I don't need to go into more detail, but it was just uncomfortable stomach pains.
Indigestion, as they say.
Indigestion. And then the doctor's like, "Well, it's going to be a 2-part. You have to take the first piece of medicine, do the first thing, and then do the second one." Yeah, and that was it. I should have known it wasn't clean chicken because they also had a giant tortoise bowl they had filled with water, and the kava was in there. That's a pepper root that gets you kind of high. And then they had the virgins in the village spit into the tortoise shell, and then we'd pass that thing around with a coconut thing. And I remember like trying to get around the spit on the top of it. I mean, here's the rule of thumb for anybody. If they're spitting in a tortoise shell, if virgins are spitting in a tortoise shell, you're pretty damn sure you're going to get a tapeworm from chicken. Put that.
I think I'm doing damage to my digestive system.
Put that down in your book. All right, okay. Ted back there checking traffic for us. Ted, Beener, what do you got?
This traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio App. The most significant slowdowns involve southbound I-5. It is sluggish from Lake City Way all the way down into downtown. Again, from South Center to past 200th, we still have that crash remaining over on the right shoulder. And again, from State Route 18 into Tacoma at State Route 16. Southbound 405 is braking at times from 520 to Sunset. Southbound 167 is sluggish at times from 405 all the way down into Puyallup. Your Renton to Puyallup drive time is now close to an hour. Bellevue to Renton is 35 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma, that drive time is an hour and 10 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia, 45 minutes. Now, if you're heading north, northbound I-5 slows at times from the West Seattle Bridge into downtown, from Shoreline up to 128th, and from the Boeing Freeway into Marysville. Northbound 405, that's got brake lights from 520 to 70th, and again from Canyon Park to I-5. Your Seattle or Bellevue to Everett drive times, both of those are close to 50 minutes. Text APP to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beener.
Thank you, Ted. I was not a big believer when Nick kept saying to me, we just need to get somebody in here to put some better closets in. I was like, well, the barn is like 8,000 square feet. Believe me, we could put junk everywhere. She goes, that's the problem. We don't have good storage. There's not a great closet here. The garage doesn't work well. And I just pack it into the corner. But what happened was we kept packing more stuff around all over the place. And then eventually she goes, you're the only person I know that can have a junk drawer, like multiply and then take over. So I said, okay, go ahead. Get someone to organize it if it makes you feel better. So, and then I put parameters on it. I said, they have to be local, got to be around for a while, and got to be family owned, figuring she would never find anybody and I wouldn't have to do this. So Nick says, I got it. Closets by Design, family run, 22 years in business, and they try to source all their parts right here in the Pacific Northwest. They came in more than 8 or 9 months ago, completely redid the garage. Now the storage works there. Storage works now in the closet downstairs, upstairs. Everything has a place. Amazing, truly customized without the big price. 40% off plus 15% off. It's Closets by Design. That's 1-800-BY-DESIGN.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, my family's been committed to doing what's right. At Wilcox Family Farms, that means caring for our hens with healthy pasture environments and a diet of organic grains and flax seeds. It's how we produce eggs that are wholesome, flavorful, and good for you. Next time you're at an egg case in your local store, we hope you feel good about choosing Wilcox eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909. Get ready to rock. It's Hoobastank, delivering their high-energy sounds at Muckleshoot Casino Resort on Friday, July 31st at 8 p.m. Along with Eve 6. It's 2 incredible bands on one unforgettable night. Hoobastank and Eve 6 at Muckleshoot Casino Resort on July 31st. Get your tickets now at muckleshootcasino.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. Plus, get a free base with select mattress purchases. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
Have you ever really thought about what happens when you can no longer care for yourself?
If you're not prepared, it's like they just ship you off to a nursing home and you may not even have considered all the options that are available to you.
After retiring, Vic attended a free seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagayach at LifePoint Law, and it changed the way he planned for his future.
He talked about not running out of money, not being a burden to your family. Those are 2 kind of basic principles that are obviously important.
So what's Vic's advice?
You have to have a plan. You need a running start. You need to be able to understand the system. I would encourage people to consider getting educated. Rajiv has a lot of knowledge, a lot of practical experience that can be helpful.
Register for a free LifePoint Law Retirement Planning Seminar in Federal Way on July 7th, Bremerton July 9th, Everett July 11th, or Bellevue July 18th. Space is limited. Sign up at lifepointlaw.com. lifepointlaw.com.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg that the internet says you can treat it at home. You're not sure though, 'cause now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. Plus, get a free base with select mattress purchases. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number, to a good life sleep.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
Are you looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, ranging from the low 500s to the high 1 millions, D.R. Horton has the right home at the best value for you. Your new home is within reach, so what are you waiting for? Learn more about the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. Visit drhorton.com and schedule a tour today. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Fun time was had by all for my 64th birthday. I drove up yesterday, made a left to go into the driveway, and Nick and our buddy Jason had put up a whole bunch of streamers that they bought at the dollar store, and they wished a happy birthday, princess. I guess that's the only one they could find. I'm assuming they weren't referring to me. Yeah, so see it right there. For you YouTubers that enjoy it, there you go. Look at that. Look at all this.
From me or...
Wow. Huh? Look
at that, huh?
Broken down streamers.
There we go.
Yep, see that?
That's went all out.
This is
Happy birthday, princess.
Yep. There we go.
You're a lucky princess.
Yes. And then by the way, every single one of those streamers was stapled with a construction stapler right into the wood.
That's
so
special.
That's going to be fun. There we go.
Well, look, my wife has a rule.
No, you can know it's not. Oh, and the other thing is they put up a picture for me. See that? Look, they got a happy birthday Michael on there, and they got a photo of me. It was quite the celebration.
He got the sign out of his room.
Yes. And it's funny. I don't normally. I've decided. I used to think birthdays were the best thing in the world, but then I kind of backed off them for a while because I didn't like the fact that crap, another year, getting older. Now you start to feel like, damn, 64. Ugh. That's now you're getting up there, especially with Medicare right around the corner.
How many weeks do you have left with your week?
Like 800 and some, 800. I mean, who's counting? Me, 849, something like that.
But now, you said you used to really enjoy birthdays.
I used to love birthdays. Then for a while, for about 5 years, I just laid off, didn't talk about them. That's why I put the fake one in the Facebook. But now I'm like, okay, 64. And this a friend of mine said today, why don't you try to go to 100? Nice big round number. Just go to 100. And I read this story about this French woman. Smoked cigarettes up until she was 117. She died at 122. There's this law they have in France that somebody can buy your apartment or house from you.
Oh, yes.
Right. And then you make the agreement that you pay them monthly. And then when they die, you basically take it over.
Right.
So this guy goes up to this French woman, says she was like 90-some. He's like, I'll buy it from you. She was 84. I'll buy your house from you. He figured a couple of months, she kicks the bucket. She smokes and drinks. She's French. She's probably dead in a couple of months. She goes on to live for 122 years. In fact, outlives the guy that went to buy the house.
Well, the thing about it is
Page 2, and now you know.
They buy it from you, but they have to be allowed to live there until they die.
Right.
Yeah.
And he just figured she's going to kick out early.
Nope.
Page 2, the Oric B, 4 times lighter. Oh, see, I fooled everybody with that one. Beener, what do you got over there? What's going on, Ted? How's traffic?
All right, thank you. This traffic report is brought to you by Global Credit Union. If you're heading northbound I-5 is sluggish from Shoreline to the county line, and from downtown Everett across the Snohomish Valley. Northbound 405 is a tough drive from 520 to 522 and Canyon Park to I-5. Your Seattle or Bellevue to Everett drive time, both of those are close to 45 minutes. Now, if you're heading southbound I-5 is solid from 85th into downtown, slows up the South Center Hill, and again, State Route 18 to the Tacoma Dome. Southbound 405 has got braking at times from 520 to Sunset. Southbound 167 slows from 405 to Willis and State Route 18 down into Puyallup. Your Renton-Puyallup drive time is close to an hour. Bellevue to Renton is 32 minutes. And Seattle-Tacoma, that's still an hour and 10 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia, that is up to 15 minutes. Global Credit Union, where members enjoy no-fee accounts and early payday with direct deposit. Learn more at globalcu.org. I'm Ted Biener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear G and Ursula, weekdays 9 to noon.
What if your boss knew exactly how desperate you were for money and used that information to decide how little they were going to pay you?
Have an algorithm to pay people as low as possible? How low can we go? This has always been a thing for companies.
Because that is essentially a warning on what's called algorithmic wage discrimination.
Watch live or later on the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel.
Do you notice sounds coming from your crawl space or attic, or possibly stale or foul odors in your home? This could be that rodents have gotten into your attic and crawl and have made it their home. They tear up the insulation to make nests to have babies. They contaminate it with their biological waste, which can be harmful to your health. And they ruin your home's energy blanket, costing you thousands of dollars a year. If you even think you may have a problem, call Insulation Northwest today, and we will come to your home as soon as tomorrow and perform a free, no-obligation inspection to determine what the problem is. This inspection normally costs $199, but it's yours free just for calling today. If we discover any problem with rodents in your home, we can get them out and keep them out and restore your home's protective insulation blanket back to brand new condition. Let Insulation Northwest give peace and comfort back to you and your family and save you thousands of dollars in energy savings. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day for baseball.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. Case in point, your ticket might be for the view level, but it's more like Skyline City. Up here, it's hard to say what'll take your breath away first. The gorgeous Seattle sunsets or the spectacular views of every incredible play. If you like value with the view, it's the perfect place to take quality time with the family to a whole new level. Literally.
A bases clearing, 3-run double. Everybody on their feet here at T-Mobile Park.
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
Join the Mariners for 4th of July weekend at T-Mobile Park as the team squares off against the Blue Jays. The fun gets started Friday with a fireworks night presented by T-Mobile. Then celebrate the 4th on Saturday with a patriotic bucket hat. Available to the first 10,000 fans thanks to Coca-Cola. Get your tickets at mariners.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Olympic Hot Tub's All-American Soak, Swim, and Sauna event is here. Now's the time to save thousands on a saltwater hot tub, swim spa, or sauna. With up to 3 years to pay for it, interest-free. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO News Radio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. It all ends July 4th. Staples. That was easy.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-979-3535. That's 800-979-3535. 800-979-3535.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. A dangerous heat dome locked over much of the country this week. Workers like Mel McCullens at Jack's Car Wash in Southfield, Michigan struggled to stay cool with temperatures soaring into the triple digits.
I had to use my towel, spraying myself, very, very extreme heat, very, very hot.
Real field temperatures now targeting the East Coast in the triple digits. Philadelphia and New York opening up cooling centers and urging residents and tourists to take precautions as they celebrate the 4th of July festivities. A stunt at the Empire State Building today began with a couple scaling the Empire Spire, where they flew a banner before climbing down where a proposal took place on a platform. It ended with the daredevils being taken into custody. They're now facing charges. In Venezuela, search and rescue teams continue to search for survivors 1 week after the double earthquake struck. A 3-year-old trapped for 6 days pulled from the rubble. The death toll has risen to more than 2,200. This is ABC News. In Ohio, east of Cincinnati, authorities say 16 children were removed from a home after living in squalor. Police describing those conditions as the worst that they have ever seen. Some of the children had to be hospitalized, authorities say, and were hidden from neighbors. Vinton County Prosecutor William Archer announced the charges against 4 adult family members.
The 4 defendants were arraigned on 16 counts of second-degree felony child endangering.
Authorities say the defendants were ordered to have no contact with the victims or with one another. Excitement is building in New York City for Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's possible reported wedding-themed events. A law enforcement official briefed on security plans tells the Associated Press the couple will have their wedding at Madison Square Garden Friday night. I'm Michelle Franzen. ABC News.
Coming up, a wild World Cup ending in Seattle. A recap after we go to Ted Beener at the traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. This traffic report is brought to you by Wilcox Farms. Well, the Stadium District, it's getting busy as fans stream out onto the streets and hit the road. The most significant slowdowns, they involve southbound I-5. It is solid from 85th through downtown. Slows as you go up the South Center Hill and again around State Route 18. Southbound 405 has got brake lights at times from 520 to Sunset. Southbound 167 slows from 405 to Willis and again from State Route 18 into Puyallup. Your Renton to Puyallup drive time, that is close to an hour. Your Bellevue to Renton drive time, that's about 30 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma, that's an hour and 10 minutes, and Tacoma to Seattle is just shy of 50 minutes. Now, if you're heading north, northbound I-5 slows as you go through downtown from Shoreline to the 405 merge and from US 2 into Marysville. And northbound 405, that's got braking from Totem Lake to 522. Your Seattle or Bellevue to Everett drive time, both of those are close to 50 minutes. For a convenient, healthy snack on the go, look for ready-to-eat Wilcox hard-boiled eggs. Find Wilcox eggs at Costco, Metro Market, Safeway, and other local grocers. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beener.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Belgium advances in the World Cup after a wild finish at Seattle Stadium, down 2-0 in the final minutes. They came back to tie Senegal before winning in extra time. KIRO Radio's Jillian Raftery followed all the action from Pioneer Square, where she joins us live now. Jillian.
I sure did, and the fans are frankly exhausted. There is a kind of a business-like atmosphere right now as the fans stream out of the stadium and through Pioneer Square. I see a lot of people heading straight for coffee shops and bars. They need to eat. And like party. There hasn't been a lot of Belgians celebrating on this side of the stadium that I can see, but just a lot of attitude for Senegal fans.
I mean, we lost. I don't know. Just very disappointing. Hopefully next time. I don't really know what to say.
whatever the outcome, everyone has been so excited to be here and see the World Cup in Seattle.
All right. Unfortunately, having some technical difficulties there with Jillian. We'll try to check in with her again. But again, Belgium with an epic comeback, taking down Senegal. The final score 3-2. The soccer not done yet for the day, by the way. Plenty of watch parties around town for that match next hour. USA facing Bosnia-Herzegovina. Seattle and King County say they are overhauling their regional homelessness agency after a damaging financial review. KIRO Newsradio's James Lynch reports.
Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson and King County Executive Gurmai Zahalai announced the King County Regional Homelessness Authority will lose control of city and county homeless service provider contracts in 2027. And starting this week, Seattle and King County will embed an outside financial team to strengthen financial oversight and improve internal controls. Here's Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson.
What is so crucial in continuity and stability for the service providers and for the people that we are serving.
King County Council member Rod Dembowski says while it is not a complete dissolution of the Regional Homelessness Authority, as he has called for, it is a major step in the right direction. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
And now to your forecast. We are staying mostly cloudy for tonight, and then more of the same tomorrow. Some early morning clouds, some partial sun breaks for the afternoon, highs in the mid to upper 60s. Right now, 64 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Here we go with the John Curley Show. Thank you, one and all, for being along with the ride. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line at 1-888-973-54. How about Senegal lose or?
Yes, they
did. Had $1,000 on my team.
Feeling pretty good at halftime.
Diving in. All right. If it's homeless, it's Andrea Suarez from We Heart Seattle. Just came from the mean streets of Belltown.
Yes, I did.
You want to give a warning like we're at a Grateful Dead concert or something like that? You sound fine. What's wrong? You can't hear yourself?
I'm good. I don't think I can hear myself.
Unfortunately, other people can. Hold on. Joe's going to come rushing over here. Look at you knowing where all the buttons are.
I'm better now.
There you go, Joe.
Just get me a key card, too, and then we'll be part of the team.
So what's, like at a Grateful Dead concert, hey, look out, there's some bad purple acid going around. Is there bad drugs going around in Belltown?
Bad batch. Everybody is flat out. They look dead. I mean, flat out.
And you live over in Belltown. You just came from over there. You're doing some work over there, and then you happen to notice the cop showed up. They beat up some guy that owns a doggy daycare center there.
Yes.
But to the drug thing, so obviously there's some sort of thing. The drug that's out there right now that's being bought and sold on the streets of Seattle is worse than normal.
I had 2 people ask me to take him to treatment today. That's unusual. They see me as, I walk through, they know I'm treatment first. They know I'll put people in my car and take them to a variety of open available beds for detox. Mm-hmm. It's so bad. Everybody was sweating on the ground, face down. One woman told me that her crack has fentanyl in it. And so when they don't use, they start to go through this nauseating withdrawal. It's just so bad. It's, stop calling it a homeless crisis. We need to start calling it a drug crisis.
Drug crisis, right.
And then we can actually get something done because we know how to measure it.
That didn't go well for Spencer Pratt in L.A., but maybe there are different ears and maybe they're hearing different words now in the city of Seattle. So the King County Housing Authority, that thing gets broken up. I love the fact that the King County decided they were going to spend almost $1 million to have somebody do an audit, even though I know that we already pay people to do audits, but they're going to bring an outside audit in to determine how much money has been wasted. The billions and billions and billions of dollars since 2015 when it was declared that Seattle has a homeless emergency. The emergency, I guess, requires pulling a red lever that has billions of dollars come flying out of everybody's pocket and then go to the housing industrial complex. That doesn't help the problem, only seems to exacerbate it. So what do you think now of the news that the King County Housing Authority will be broken up?
With the directives coming from the federal administration that housing first is over and that we are a recovery first nation and that priority will be given to local municipalities who clean their streets and break up open air drug markets, they are smart to say we are at risk of losing our funding. We saw the federal administration rip the entire funding from L.A. recently.
Yeah.
So we are at risk. This is a money grab, a insurance policy to take King County Regional Homeless Authority money and put it in the hands of Seattle's Human Service Department. I think it is a very smart and strategic move. But my question to them is, will they pivot according to what the data says, which is Washington's an outlier, Housing First is not working for drug addicts and mentally ill people, and stop doubling down on failed models. So I'm glad that they're bringing money into a local control. I'm concerned that they're going to not pivot into better working models.
This is Katie Wilson talking about restoring the continuity.
What is so crucial in continuity and stability for the service providers who are out there every day and for the people that we are serving, because ultimately this work is about people.
But they still are doing the housing first, right? They're doing the doghouse at first, which is the little shacks that they put people in so it's easier for the drug dealers to supply them with drugs and for people women to turn tricks in order to pay for those drugs in a safe environment that's not on the street, but it's in little boxes that they're going to put them in. So that's a form of housing first.
Yes, it is, meaning drugs are allowed. There's no requirement to enroll in these wraparound services. At the end of the day, we do need more transitional and emergency housing and to stop putting all of the eggs into the permanent supportive housing basket, which is what we've been doing over the last 10 years. So while we still dislike the low barrier drugs allowed tiny shacks, they are better than giving people apartments, and that is the compromise.
So you are supportive of the fact that they're going to break away from the association, that the money could possibly be better controlled. You're okay with that.
Yes.
But you see it was an outside move because of the federal government coming in and saying we're not supporting Housing First anymore. Okay.
Yes.
Let's also talk about the numbers that came out, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. They said that homelessness has increased by 9%. Your initial reaction to the count?
We're still up, and we're an outlier in the nation. Up, spends in, an overdose. We are number 4 in the country. So until we stop calling it a homeless crisis and start calling it a drug addiction crisis, numbers don't improve. What's happening is we are an inflow sanctuary drug tourism city.
A what?
Everybody's coming to Seattle.
Andrew, as far as a what are we?
Drug tourism. We're drug tour. People come here to do drugs, cheap drugs, and there's no consequence for dealing or using in public. In fact, you can use them in a park and in your tent. So the numbers keep going up because we have an inflow crisis. People are coming from all over the county, the Tri-County area, and across the nation. If you look at Washington State, we're an outlier because we have these super barrier-free access to drugs. And people know that there's not a felony charge for possession here anymore. That has exploded our homeless crisis in Seattle.
Are the police now arresting?
They are, yes. But the problem's so big you don't see a dent. And homeless addicted folks are saying, oh my God, yeah, we're getting our pipes knocked out of our hands. The foil's getting knocked out of our hands. I'm physically seeing people getting arrested and taken out of parks. But then, okay, so you got 2 people. It takes cops 8 hours in the field to book them or wait at Harbor View for them to get their medical clearance. So you got 2 guys. And then what? Well, the judge says we don't have a defense attorney to support you, so because we're short-staffed and their caseload's too big, so back on the street you go. Until we make possession of fentanyl a felony again, I don't see the end to this.
What did you think about Seattle or San Francisco's idea of you had to get a urine test and prove that you're clean in order to receive the government funding, the welfare systems or Social Security or disability and stuff like that?
That is great. And I am hearing now to get your cash card here in Seattle, you have to at least show that you have an appointment with a treatment facility or a peer support counselor. So there's a little bit of accountability tied to getting your cash card here in Seattle. What San Francisco's really, really doing great is that they created a 3 strikes you're out Prop 46 a couple years ago, where if you are pissing dirty, that in your 3 retail crimes, for example, you either take a felony or you go to 6-month mandated treatment. We need to do that in Seattle. Our big brother city is doing that already. That would start putting teeth behind possession.
If you were just to run the numbers, Andrea Suarez from We Heart Seattle, if you look at the total amount of money that we have spent and will probably projected to continue to spend as the homeless numbers go up 9%, if they took that and just sort of restructured it, and I'm talking about all of it, from the time the cop has to call on to the Harbor View to the cost of the homeowner or the landlord cleaning up, all of it. Take the entire process, right, of action, reaction. Take all that money. If they redirected that towards care, right, rather than the person sleeping on the street and doing all the other stuff on the street and doing drugs, take that person up out of there and get them treatment for the drugs. Are we looking at 20% more, or are we looking at a savings? If you just sort of rough guess it, back of the envelope sort of numbers.
It would be far less expensive to change the policy and get people into treatment and make it just a recovery first city or state, just like California did. Mayor Lurie said, hey, we are recovery first. Drug dealers, skedaddle, get out of our parks, get out of our way. We're going to arrest you. And that costs nothing to just simply change the culture through words.
Yeah.
I looked up the national cost for the drug crisis, and it's like in the trillions of dollars for first responders, all of the crime and policing and first responder medic response associated with drug overdoses and hospital care. It's a huge number. One of the things I wanted to touch on was there was a recent article in the Seattle Times that advocated that housing first reduces jail intakes, and that it's less expensive because at least they're indoors and they're not getting booked to jail. But what about all the other existential costs associated with the crime? For example, we now increased storefront security and a one-time $10,000 stipend that a small business can get up to $25,000 a year to protect their business. That's a big number. I mean, you look at the costs associated without law enforcement, without accountability. We just keep beating around the bush.
Katie Wilson has been in there now for 6 months, coming up 7 months. How are you grading her on homelessness?
Well, she needs to stop calling it an affordability and homeless crisis and start calling it a fentanyl crisis. And so for that, I give her a 0.
Okay. But all right. So you don't like her terminology, but how about actions?
I see a lot of pictures and fun things and ribbon cuttings and toilet paper cuttings for new bathrooms and fun things. And it's insulting. She talked about first, providers on the ground. Go out in the field with them. Go into a permanent supportive housing and do an audit of what a DESC property looks like. Come into the open air encampments and look at a teenager being trafficked. I haven't seen her. We are in the field. I just came in here today and told you I saw crime, I saw drugs, I saw trafficking, all in a matter of walk around my block. Like, come out in the field, Wilson. Take a picture of that. I would give her a higher score.
I got this from Joe. I'll play it in a second. The San Francisco mayor talking about the reset program. But before I play that, can you explain to everybody that how a person that is addicted to drugs that's living in the streets, how do they get their money? Other than possibly stealing something from a Fred Meyer and then selling it on the street?
They are flipping their food stamp cards 100% of the time, 50 cents on the dollar, and they are using their cash benefit card, which is $450 a month, to buy what they can, and average users at about $100 a day minimum. So that runs out. And the top 3 things are retail theft, prostitution, and trading, like trapping out your house. I go score drugs. You cover the cash. You've got the camp, that kind of a thing. But yeah, prostitution. I mean, oh my God, it is so bad. Perverted, predatory men for $10. You can get just about anything they want, and that person, man or woman, will get what they need to get through another hour. It's disgusting.
So food stamps, that SNAP, plus the $450 is the what benefit?
The cash benefit. It's got like an advanced.
Is that from the state or is that Fed?
I think it's state.
And then do they also get a disability insurance check, and you get an SS?
If you have if you've qualified and gone through all the paperwork, you can get up to another $750 for a disability check. Yeah. So it can, and it's harder and harder to get that. But there's a lot of people. And sadly, what I'm seeing, John, is seniors who have that check are then preyed on. And then I always see these kind of odd couples of a senior friend and a younger friend, or a kind of an odd duo that have a very codependent relationship that's rooted in the fact that one person has money.
Getting the check. Here is the mayor of San Francisco turning things around there.
For too long, San Franciscans have been told that we must choose between clean, safe neighborhoods and compassion for those struggling on our streets. And today we're showing that our city doesn't have to choose between compassion and accountability. In a few moments, I will sign legislation to open the new Rapid Enforcement, Support, Evaluation, and Triage Center better known as the Reset Center. This new facility is critical to improving public safety in our city.
So I think the problem with assuming that everybody comes, you have to just start with the basic assumption that the person who is involved, let's give them the grace that they care, okay? Then you get into a definition problem where, okay, what is compassion? They just determine that compassion is XYZ, and somebody else says, well, that to me is not compassion. You're enabling the person, right? Now that's where you get the separation in the conversation where the one person stands on one side, the other person says, you're crazy, oh no, you're a Nazi or whatever, right? Or MAGA, right? You can throw the words around. So it seems like we have a compassion definition problem in the city of Seattle, right? That to have the person sleep on the street, to give them harm reduction kits, we're showing compassion because there's one person, I forget her name, who said that it was, who are we to judge? If that's the life that they want to lead, that's their own autonomy, and they should have choice over how they'd like to live. And you and your elitist ideas of sleeping in a house and sleeping in a bed, you shouldn't press that upon them. I think it was a city council, or not council person.
Probably like Teresa Mosquito's or something.
I don't know if it was her. No, it was somebody else who works in that whole world. Works in that whole world. So it's a definition problem, obviously. So the city of Seattle and King County and the surrounding areas, you're seeing more people come in from out of state because, and I had predicted that because San Francisco is going to crack down on this stuff, we're going to see San Francisco people coming up here.
I mean, we've just opened up our 20th DESC housing project, another pallet shelter. 30,000 people have died in the last 10 years. Like, where is everybody coming from? Are you making
any progress?
Am I personally?
But not you. Yeah, We Heart Seattle, because you've been on this show. You're on Jake yesterday. You're everywhere, right? Follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, I am.
At a certain point, like, does We Heart Seattle, is it just a treadmill that you're on?
I am 6 years into this, and I am being more and more outspoken that we have to bring back simple possession to a felony. The diversion program, you shouldn't allow to smoke fentanyl while you're being diverted. I did just get back from Washington, D.C. I'm proud of the fact that my fingerprints are all over the federal administration's new policy from my work with the Discovery Institute, with Dr. Marbut, with Caitlin McKinney, who are working for HUD. I know that I have made a big difference. I'm at City Hall testimony after testimony after testimony. I'm going to be in Tequila on July 13th to help Tequila pass a camping ban. That is it. I am all about having my videos, my testimony, my boots on the ground, experiential data, my empirical data to drive policy change. 100%. I do feel like I'm making progress.
Who of the different organizations in King County or Seattle do you think does a pretty good job?
Who else what?
What organizations, nonprofits that you know of that do a pretty good job?
The More We Love, Battlefield Addiction, Hope and Chance, Salvation Army, UGM.
Union Gospel Mission. Yeah.
Those are the higher accountability. I mean, I'm going to go to a UGM graduation, I think, tonight. Yikes. And these are people who are thriving, and why our federal administration is saying we're bringing back faith-based providers to get a piece of that pie. And why our pie here is going to shrink if our King County Continuum of Care boxes those providers out.
How's the federal government going to actually give money to religious organizations?
Because they are now being encouraged and prioritized to apply. It's in the notice of funding opportunity, which is due Friday, for the additional $1 billion that's been set aside by HUD for new providers and new services. I mean, We Heart is literally written in there. If supportive services for people that do things like park cleanup. I mean, it's line itemed in there. All of the homeless industrial complex should be absolutely writing in We Heart Seattle and any other treatment provider that helps a person reach self-sufficiency into their grant application. But instead, King County just enrolled into a lawsuit to, again, sue the feds over this. So now we're doing the local money grab. It all is a grand master plan to just not even work with the feds, actually.
So if they try to cut the feds out, are they going to sue the feds because of their involvement in religious organizations like Union Gospel Mission?
It's all of the things, and why that they don't believe that you should tie treatment to housing at all. It should be low barrier, no expectation. Housing is a human right.
That's right. Well, enjoy the graduation. Stay safe over there in Belltown. Andrea Suarez from We Heart Seattle. Thank you again. Short notice for coming in.
Always. Thank you, John.
All right. There you go. All right. Ted Bainer's checking traffic for us. Ted, what do you got?
This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports, the Stadium District. It's a busy place with fans on the street, and they're starting to hit the road as well. Now, if you're heading northbound I-5 slows as you go through downtown, from Shoreline to the 405 merge and from the Boeing Freeway to US 2. Northbound 405 has got braking from Totem Lake to 522. Seattle to Everett, that's 45 minutes, while up to Bellevue, to Everett, that is close to an hour. Now, if you're heading south, the most significant slowdowns include southbound I-5. It is solid from Lake City Way to I-90. It slows from South Center to Midway, and again from State Route 18 to the Tacoma Dome. Southbound 405 struggles at times from 520 to Sunset. Southbound 167 has got slowing from 405 to Willis. Drive times, Renton to Puyallup is 55 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, that's about a half hour. Seattle to Tacoma, that remains an hour and 10 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia, that is just shy of 50 minutes. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Beener.
Dear Ursula, I have a group of friends who have bonded over...
Hi, I'm Ursula Voitin from the G and Ursula Show, and I'm launching a new podcast called Ask Ursula. This is your space. Real life, real questions, whether it's about family, friendships, love, and yes, even the fun stuff like travel and finding your signature scent. Hit me up and ask your questions at mynorthwest.com/Ursula. I look forward to connecting with you.
At mynorthwest.com and the G and Ursula YouTube channel.
All right, I'm very happy to have Phil Mitchell from Sunset Auto Family on with me right now. And Phil, you guys offer such an amazing value for people who are driving their cars a little bit longer now, and you guys offer repairs for life. How does that work?
Basically, we're going to cover any repair we do for $250 or over for as long as you own the vehicle.
So let me ask you this question. Let's say that I buy my vehicle elsewhere. My transmission on my car breaks down. You guys fix it. 10 years later, I have the same problem. You guys are going to fix that again for no cost?
That's right. No cost to you for as long as you own the vehicle.
So why would you even offer this? This has got to be incredibly expensive for you.
You know what? We just want to keep our customers for life. So chances are if we do a repair for life and we take good care of you, you might look us up when you decide to get a new vehicle. And we want to be your lifetime dealer.
So somebody really does feel like they're part of the Sunset Auto family.
That's exactly right. We want you to be part of the family, and that's why we take good care of you.
Oil changes for life, warranty protection for life, and repairs for life. Only at Sunset Kia in Auburn, Sunset Ford, and Sunset Chevrolet in Sumner. You just get more at Sunset, and people do like that.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. We're having a trade-in sale. You'll save $30 per door and drawer front off the cost of your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600 or heritagehomecraft.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Hi, I'm Marla at Sky Nursery with a heads up that gardening in July has its challenges. Seattle summer drought can cause plants to droop in just a matter of hours, and rabbits and aphids can get a little out of hand in your garden, especially if you have any travel plans this summer. That's where an experienced Sky gardener can make a difference with down-to-earth and sustainable solutions to all manner of gardening quagmires. After all, you deserve to enjoy a beautiful, thriving summer garden without having to learn the hard way first. We can help. Head to skynursery.com.
At Guardian Roofing, Gutters, and Insulation, we know the key to a long-lasting roof is yearly maintenance. Need an inspection, repair, restoration, moss removal, or just a cleanup? You can trust Guardian's licensed, insured, and expertly trained team. We offer free estimates, second opinions, and financing, giving you the peace of mind your home deserves. Call today. Our first-time customers can save $99 on our award-winning roof repair and cleaning service. Visit us at guardianroofing.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. The first World Cup knockout match in Seattle did not disappoint after a wild comeback by Belgium. Their fans celebrating a 3-2 win in extra time over Senegal. These Canadians were in Seattle Stadium rooting for Belgium.
We were down 2-0, and when they got that pen, we went nuts. We freaked.
Best comeback of all time. Best game in the World Cup, for sure.
Now, Belgium will stay in Seattle for its round of 16 match. They are set to face the winner of tonight's match between USA and Bosnia and Herzegovina. That game kicks off in about 30 minutes. Meantime, business owners in the Chinatown International District say the World Cup is hurting their neighborhood, saying sales are down as much as 22%. Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson.
There's no question that the very significant benefits that are coming to our city has not been, I think, as evenly spread as would be ideal, as we would like.
Gary Lee is an advocate for the CID, says Wilson sent drug addicts into their community so soccer fans would not have to see them.
All she did was turn the CID into a human dumping ground.
Meanwhile, the CID community plans a rally for Monday at Hinghey Park before the round of 16 match in Seattle. Microsoft is reportedly planning another round of layoffs expected to be announced as early as next week. Multiple reports say the cuts will impact thousands of roles across sales, consulting, and the Xbox gaming division. It'll amount to about 2.5% of the company's workforce. That is a smaller scale than last year when Microsoft eliminated about 15,000 positions. And it's the annual 4th of July warning from doctors at Harborview.
There's nothing that is more dangerous throughout the year, in my head, than mixing explosives and alcohol.
Dr. Arvind Akivani says the hospital has already treated 11 fireworks-related injuries, including burns, eye injuries, and severe head trauma. Safest option, as always, leave the fireworks to the pros. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Here's Ted Beener.
All right, thank you, Aaron. This traffic report is brought to you by Wilcox Farms. Your Wednesday afternoon commute is a busy one. The most significant slowdowns, well, they include southbound I-5. That is sluggish from Lake City Way all the way to I-90. Again, from South Center to Midway, and one more time from State Route 18 to the Tacoma Dome. Southbound 405 bunches up at times from 520 down to Sunset. Southbound 167 slows at times from 405 all the way down into Puyallup. Your Renton to Puyallup drive time, about 55 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, that's just over a half hour now. Seattle to Tacoma, that's an hour and 5 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia has eased to 45 minutes. Now, if you're heading north, northbound I-5 slows through downtown from Shoreline to 164th and from the Boeing Freeway into Marysville. Northbound 405 has got braking from Totem Lake to just past 522. Your Seattle to Everett drive time, that's about 45 minutes, while from Bellevue to Everett, that is close to an hour. Lake bridges are doing pretty well. For a convenient, healthy snack on the go, look for ready-to-eat Wilcox hard-boiled eggs. Find Wilcox eggs at Costco, Metro Market, Safeway, and other local grocers. I'm Ted Beener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
And to your forecast now, we are mostly cloudy tonight, more of the same tomorrow. Clouds in the morning, some partial sunshine for the afternoon, and highs in the mid-60s. Right now, 63 degrees and cloudy in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
As the world watches Seattle, KIRO 7 News will take you beyond the matches. Live team coverage inside the best fan experiences, unique local stories, and the lasting impacts of the games for our community. Connect to the Cup. Watch live in every newscast only on KIRO 7 TV.
Hang on back. You want to go on your own? Okay, you're right. Break on your own. Like, yeah, Hall & Oates. See how that works out for you. No. You're breaking out on your own, like
really?
Hall & Oates. Yeah, go
fine.
ahead.
I don't want to help anymore.
Well said, well, Reg. 16 locations and around. Like the guy in Crash Test Dummies. Wow. All right, everybody, here we go. Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. All are welcome. Letter of the day bestowed upon one lucky person from a teeny tiny lady who lives in a pickle jar. 1-888-973-5476. Hey. Oh, hi, Tini. Any sound on any of this stuff other than the fact that just the headlines? U.S. murder rate approaches a record low. NPR has a story from 2 days ago. There are old records, national records for homicide. It's dropping. So it is the lowest it's been, I think, since the 1960s. There is some people that will poke some holes into this saying because the FBI doesn't keep good records. There are some cities that don't report. But assuming that everything being equal, that the murder rate has come down and it has dropped. It spiked, especially in Seattle. They were looking, NPR looked at the story during the George Floyd peaceful protests that amounted billions of dollars of destroyed property. That's how peaceful those things were. That we saw a spike in Seattle and some other cities as well, because what you had was known as the Ferguson effect, talking about the town of Ferguson. Because after, remember the Hands Up, Don't Shoot, that lie of the year from 2013 from the Washington Post, that in the town of Ferguson, because Michael Brown was shot and killed by the police officer, then police stopped doing on-site policing. They stopped arresting. Plus, they were also told that they were all bastards, so they should die or get rid of all the police. So police stopped enforcing laws and stopped stopping things. So then people realized you could drive 100 and some miles an hour and you could shoot as many people as you wanted. So we saw the numbers go up after George Floyd. It has come back down again for a number of reasons, but it's nice to see it's back down in Seattle. The numbers coming back down at a high, back down to where it was in about 2015. But nationally, so this Charlie Fain decides he wants to look into it. And why are cities now safer than they've been? And he points to the type of policing that has been applied. Started in New York City in the 1990s, and people had a problem with it because they were doing random stop and frisk on the streets. I think the ACLU went in there and sued on this thing. Basically, the police were just stopping anybody in certain areas that were high crime. Was it targeting? Yeah. They did recover a lot of guns, but it does beg the question, can you just stop somebody and frisk them basically because they fit a particular demographic? And that's what was happening. But for about a year and a half, they got away with it, if you consider it to be an invasion of somebody's civil rights. They did stop a lot of crime. They went into areas where the crime was, and there was a strong police presence. And that was, according to Charlie Fain and from others that have studied it, that seems to be the secret. You just concentrate on the areas where the crime is occurring, and then you won't have the crime occur. Because if you look at a city, you look at a county, it's always happening in one or two particular spots, normally by a very, very small percentage of the population. You pretty much know who's committing the crime, and they're going to commit the crime again. So just go there and just swarm the area without getting into violations of people's civil rights. But there is a certain part where you just are rolling up on people and asking them questions. And that's where people get upset, saying, well, why are you picking on me? But murder rates down nationally. The key research point is the fact that because of this particular type of policing, things are improving. That's good. Plus, also, age has a lot to do with it. As groups of people at a certain age, from 14 to 24, tend to commit more violent crime, more assaults, more murders. As you get older, they tend to age out of crime. So you might have a slight bubble or a dip in the age of people that are committing crimes. And there was an interesting piece that was done by the guys from Freakonomics. And they said, why did crime drop? It was in the 90s somewhere. Why did crime drop? Why did homicides drop? And one of the reasons they came up with that people have had a real problem with is because abortion was then legalized. You ever seen those connections?
Oh, yeah. I remember
that one?
About that one.
Yeah. And they're like, hey, it's a theory. So you have people that didn't want to have a child decided that they wanted to terminate the pregnancy. So then they were less likely that kid to be born and then grow up in a house. There no right, no wrong, no guidance. And that person could possibly then end up, committing crimes. That was one of the arguments that they put forward on that. And it caused people to be pretty upset about it. But hey, they're just They're
just looking at data.
And then you can figure out whatever you want from whatever that data is. I saw a number. I don't know if this is. I saw 3 people back it up, and other people said, well, you can do whatever you want with data. But to take the total population of the United States, 5% are responsible for all felony crimes. 5%. Everybody else, gets into 3 categories. Haven't committed a crime, committed a crime, misdemeanor or something like that. And then there's the other groups that are continuously committing crimes over and over and over and over again. And that part of the population is about 5%. And that's the main problem for everybody. But other people did something wrong, then did time, pay the fine, back out again. So
it almost seems like a high number.
The 5% does seem high.
Yeah.
There was a story that I read about this town. They said, and the professor was trying to explain that it's a very, very small percentage of a population that commits crime. There was a number of crimes that were being committed. I think it was in Switzerland or Sweden, somewhere or Vienna, wherever it was. And in this town, there were, people being robbed and mugged and all this other. Then these 6 guys were in a car accident, and they were either killed or seriously injured. And it turns out that the 6 were the people that were committing almost all the crimes in that little town. And when the car ran into a tree or something, crime just went away. And they realized, oh, that was the problem.
Well, that happened here. And I think it was just last week when I think it was a court hearing for the guy that was allegedly the leader of the, I don't know what they called it. It was like the Kia boys, the guys that were doing all the pot shop. Taking stolen cars and driving into pot shops. And when's the last time you heard of one of those? I mean, they were happening multiple times a week for, it seemed like, at least a year or so.
Yeah, they had a nickname, Kia Boys.
Yeah, and the news during this court hearing the other day is that he was allegedly the ringleader, and they were responsible for almost all of them.
And where is it now? They're all gone.
Yeah, they're gone. And it was a group of, 10, 12 guys.
We're going to have a friend of mine come on. He was, 28 years with the Seattle Police Department and then did Vice, worked undercover.
They don't even have a Vice unit anymore,
No. They got rid of the undercover one that used to work with the gangs because apparently that's racist. So they decided, then they call that community something or other, some other stuff. I don't know what they call it now. Anyway, he was working Vice, undercover stuff. So I asked him, how did you guys used to handle Aurora Avenue? He knows the whole history of Aurora Avenue, knows about the problems, and his ideas go slightly counter to the idea of closing down streets. And then the other thing he told me, that he goes, if you want, I can talk about what's happening in Venezuela.
Oh, yeah.
I had never thought connected these two. He said whenever there is a national tragedy like that, so you get this giant earthquake, sex trafficking goes way up. Does that all make sense? Do you know why that would be? Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you were completely destitute, in a matter of seconds.
And when something like that happens, within a couple of days, the guys that are in that business of getting women and then roping them in, and then anyway. So his Ty's going to join us, former police officer. The story he has now, and he can't really talk much about it because he does a lot of international stuff. Am I supposed to not say that?
Probably.
Okay. Here's Ted checking traffic. Ted?
This traffic report is brought to you by the KIRO Newsradio app. On northbound I-5, just shy of I-90, we got a disabled vehicle that's blocking the HOV lane. We got slowing from Albro. Otherwise, your Wednesday afternoon commute well underway. Northbound I-5 has got scattered slowing from Northgate to past 164th in Linwood and from the Boeing Freeway to US 2. Northbound 405 bunches up from Totem Lake to past 522. Your Seattle to Everett or Bellevue drive times, both of those are around 50 minutes. Now, if you're heading south, southbound I-5 is solid from 85th to I-90. And again, from South Center to Midway, and one more time from State Route 18 to the Tacoma Dome. Southbound 405 is crowded at times from 520 to Sunset. Southbound 167 slows at times from 405 to Willis, and again from Pacific into Puyallup. Your Renton to Puyallup drive time, 55 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, that's up to 33 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma, holding steady at about an hour and 5 minutes, and Tacoma to Olympia is 45 minutes. Text APP to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO News Radio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Ted Wiener.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
A political shakeup for Democrats that represent Seattle.
Traffic.
Right now, Auburn to Renton at 25 minutes. That's a good 10-minute delay.
Conversation.
3 people on the floor can't cover 20 aisles of plexiglass. They're doing their best. It just doesn't work.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
And the party begins.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
What if the retirement plan you think you have isn't enough? Marshall and Ellen thought they were prepared.
We certainly thought we had all documents. We'd done the wills and the power of attorney and all that stuff.
Then they attended a seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagayich at Life Point Law.
The bigger parts of how that all plays out was definitely helpful.
Life Point Law showed them what they were missing.
There were things we never thought of that made total sense once they were brought up. To have things planned so that your family isn't left with a mess or having to deal with things that they don't know anything about.
So what's their advice?
People wait too long. Get started, figure out what you want to do. Don't wait too long. Make those decisions and look at all your options.
Register for a free Life Point Law retirement planning seminar in Federal Way on July 7th, Bremerton July 9th, Everett July 11th, or Bellevue July 18th. Space is limited. Sign up at lifepointlaw.com. lifepointlaw.com.
Always exhausted, loud snoring, keeping your partner awake? You could have sleep apnea and not even know it. South Seattle Smiles has a comfortable solution with no CPAP required. Most medical insurance accepted. Call 206-241-5533 today. SouthSeattleSmiles.com.
Hey there, Dawn Riling with Olympic Hot Tub. Make this the summer you start to relax and feel better right in your own home. During our All-American Soak, Swim, and Sauna event, enjoy liberating savings on a saltwater hot tub, swim spa, or sauna, with up to 3 years to pay for it interest-free. A soak or swim under the stars, a sauna after a long day. Celebrate feeling better today. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-330-8323 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-330-8323. That's 800-330-8323. What do you have to lose? Call 800-330-8323. Again, 800-330-8323.
Looking for a simple solution to hair loss this summer? Get the same breakthrough one-day treatment I received at Advanced Hair during their once-yearly summer savings event. Your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day, and Advanced Hair guarantees it will grow. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during their best offer of the year. For details and a free consultation, call 425-449-8185, advancedhair.com.
At Guardian Roofing Gutters and Insulation, we stand by our quality gutters. Whether you need a cleaning or a complete gutter install, we do it all. Call today and get $250 off a gutter installation. And visit us at guardianroofing.com.
Mago Sugar Casino Resort Tax Line. The price of eggs have come down. Wilcox Family Farm eggs, I'm sure somehow we're including this. But the price of eggs have dropped considerably. Eggs spiked at 150% year over year from February 2023, driven by largely by the bird flu culling flocks, killing the birds, maybe sick. By May 2026, a dozen large grade A eggs had fallen to about $2.19 from a high of $6.23. So here's sort of a behind-the-scenes story. This isn't entirely part of the numbers, but this is also added in there. There's a thing called Cal-Maine Foods, and they every month report to this marketing company the numbers, the data. Then they give you the demand side, that how high is the demand right now for eggs, and then from there you get a pretty good idea. Once those things are published for the demand side, then the prices then follow in there. And what they find is the DOJ is investigating because they believe that Cal-Maine, I think they found them guilty, although yes. Cal-Maine said, oh, we're not going to do anything. We don't admit any of this.
They did get, I believe, a $3 million fine.
They $3 million fine. They have to give away 53 million eggs, donate them to food banks, nonprofit nationwide. The only public company, the largest U.S. egg producer, 1.5 million to 30 million eggs. So, yeah, they get fined. 17 states have taken them to court. Arizona, California, go through the whole list. Washington not included in this thing. So here's what the DOJ is accusing them of doing. Inflating the demand side. Saying, oh, yeah, everybody, people just can't get enough of those eggs. Right. And then when that data hit, then they go, okay, and the prices are going to follow on the demand side. And one of the reasons that they sort of found them and were like, guys, you got some egg on your face on this one, because when the Department of Justice started to investigate, well, then all of a sudden the demand side numbers dropped precipitously and the prices of eggs came down as well. So these guys were all in cahoots together. Look, let's, shimmy up the data in order to give us, more demand, which will give us higher prices.
It's similar to like prediction markets or even sports betting. And so a lot of these egg producers, they will sometimes have to buy externally because, I don't know, they're running low on eggs or they got hit by the bird flu, whatever. They replenish some of their stocks that by going through this place called Egg Clearinghouse. And you can bid on big lots of eggs. And so these are all big egg companies that actually go and buy their buy what they need in their inventory from this Egg Clearinghouse. And so five or six or seven of these companies got together and they said, hey, we can increase the price of eggs by if we all go into the Egg Clearinghouse and bid really, really high for huge lots of eggs. So they're artificially, driving up the demand side through the clearinghouse. It's just like if everybody starts betting on a certain team to win, then the odds start to change because of the bets that are coming in.
Did you see, speaking of bets, in the time we have remaining, this company, I forget where they are, it's a small little startup somewhere in Europe. They noticed that the number of bets that were being made on when will the United States invade Iran? How many missiles will they shoot? When will it stop? Will there be a ceasefire? That there were like 4 people that were betting and winning like 97% of the time, getting the predictions correct.
Oh, yeah. And it was clearly they had insider information.
It's somebody obviously in the Department of War or in the White House or somebody closely related. And millions of dollars, like hitting on the lottery. The guy says would be like statistically like hitting on the lottery every single week.
Yeah. Oh, and they were placing $100 million bets here and making huge amounts of money. They're doing the same thing with the cost of gas, so that if they knew Trump was going to say, "Hey, we're back to the negotiating table with Iran," which always drops the gas price.
Yeah.
They were just making a killing every other day.
It seems like, I guess there's no way of stopping it because it could be just about anybody would get the inside information and then be able to report back on it, right?
I think that should be illegal.
Yeah.
But
try to enforce that. All right.
Not this year.
Beaner, what do you got for traffic?
All right, this traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners on northbound I-5, just shy of I-90. We got a disabled vehicle. It's blocking the HOV lane with slowing from Albro. Also on southbound I-5, just north of 145th, got a report of a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane. And on northbound I-5, that ramp to 175th, looks like a disabled bus is partially blocking the ramp there. Otherwise, your Wednesday afternoon commute, it's a busy one. We got slowing in the usual spots. Some drive times, your Renton to Puyallup drive time, that is east of 52 minutes. Bellevue to Renton is a half hour. Seattle to Tacoma, that drive is an hour and 5 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia is 45 minutes. Heading north, your Seattle to Everett or Bellevue drive times, both of those are around 50 minutes. Text APP to 888-973-5476 to download the KIRO Newsradio app. Listen to your favorite shows and get the latest news and updates sent straight to your phone. I'm Ted Beaner with KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
Did you know that nearly half the homes in Western Washington are not properly insulated or not insulated at all? That may be the reason why your home is way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter. It may also be the reason that your energy bills are sky high. Right now, Insulation Northwest is offering a free inspection of your home's insulation. This is a $199 value and it's absolutely free, no obligation. Just call today and Insulation Northwest will arrange a time that works with your schedule. We'll perform a thorough exam of your home's insulation and give you the advice you need to start saving thousands. Everyone who calls today will also receive a free infrared screening of your home using the latest technology. This will help reveal any hidden flaws in your home's protective energy blanket. What do you have to lose? It only takes about an hour and it's absolutely free. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com. Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Les Schwab Tires has been proudly serving communities for over 70 years, and we've collected thousands of inspiring stories. Like Kate, who was off on a long road trip with her best friend when the dash lit up like a game show. They find the nearest Les Schwab. Turns out they really needed an oil change. It was done in a flash. Road trip saved. At Les Schwab, we're proud to keep you rolling. Les Schwab Tires. Our greatest story is yours. Stories are composites inspired by real customer feedback.
Are you in pain? Have you considered surgery or even joint replacement? Hi, everybody. It's John Curley. Before you make that decision, I recommend you see Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. I did, and it's been a game changer. My doctor took a look at my x-rays and said, well, looks like you need a whole new hip. And then he said, wait, how old are you? And I told him, and then he said, well, wait, you're too young for a hip. You're just going to have to, live with the pain. We'll see in 3 years. It was horrible. Dr. Wagner is a board-certified Seattle physician with over 30 years of experience performing more than 20,000 stem cell procedures, using a person's own stem cells to regenerate cartilage in their own joints. People with severe osteoarthritis, even bone on bone, are back doing what they enjoy doing without pain and without surgery. So whether it's a hip like I had, or a shoulder, elbow, ankle, wrist, or knee, before choosing surgery, see Dr. Mark Wagner first. Go to drmarkwagnermd.com.
KIRO News Radio, the first place you turn for the news you trust.
State Senator Jamie Peterson drafted one of the state's most progressive taxes to date, the income tax on millionaires.
Engaging conversation.
We pay teachers the fourth highest of any state in the country.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
The Seahawks, they're bringing it home again.
Streaming everywhere on the KIRO News Radio app. Always here, always with you. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy?
Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. We're having a trade-in sale. You'll save $30 per door and drawer front off the cost of your new kitchen. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600 or heritagehomecraft.com.
Download the KIRO News Radio app, where you can watch us live or stream us live anywhere, anytime.
How would this initiative, whatever this initiative is, how would he fund it?
Stay connected everywhere. Download the KIRO News Radio app.
Need a new roof now? With State Roofing and Exteriors, you can get started with 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. That's right. Protect your home now and pay later. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio. KIRO FM and HD1. Tacoma, Seattle. Northwest News.
ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Officials say it was the worst they've ever seen. 16 children rescued from deplorable conditions. Age range, infancy to teenager. Benton County Sheriff Ryan Kane.
Most of our livestock was kept in better conditions than the children. It was extremely high presence, I'm sure, of bacterial and human feces. It was just a disgusting scene.
4 adults who were there have been arrested, pleaded not guilty to criminal charges. 160 million Americans on alert for life-threatening heat from the Gulf Coast to the Northeast. That heat expected to continue through Saturday. New disclosures show President Trump earned $2.2 billion last year. The president insisting there's no conflict of interest. And the president was in North Dakota for the new Teddy Roosevelt Library. It's a grand opening. It was his first trip on Air Force One, gifted to the U.S. by the Qatari royal family. This is ABC News. The Justice Department and more than a dozen states have reached a proposed settlement with 3 major egg producers accused of scheming to drive up prices.
The companies have not admitted any wrongdoing under the settlement, instead blaming the high prices on the pandemic and the bird flu outbreak. As part of the agreement, they'll pay the states a total of $3.3 million and donate 53 million eggs to food banks and community organizations. Some agriculture advocacy groups say that doesn't go far enough, saying consumers paid record prices while dominant egg producers reported extraordinary profits.
ABC's Sophie Flay. The Pac-12 men's and women's basketball tournaments will return to Las Vegas as part of the official relaunch of the conference with 7 new members. Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Gonzaga, San Diego State, Texas State, and Utah State. The Pac-12 previously played in Las Vegas before an exodus of teams threatened its future. Dave Packer, ABC News.
After another World Cup match here in Seattle, the focus turns to Team USA. But first, we have Ted Beener at the traffic desk.
Thanks, Aaron. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. On the northbound I-5 ramp to 175th, we've got a disabled bus partially blocking the ramp there. A lot of looky-loos as well. Otherwise, your Wednesday evening commute, it is busy. The most significant slowdowns, they include southbound I-5. It is stop and go from 85th all the way to I-90, and again from State Route 18 to the Tacoma Dome. Southbound 405 is challenging at times from 520 all the way to Sunset. Southbound 167 has slowing from State Route 18 into Puyallup. Your Renton to Puyallup drive time, that is eased now to 48 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, that drive is 28 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma has improved to an hour, and Tacoma to Olympia is 40 minutes. Now, if you're heading north, northbound I-5 slows from Albro into downtown and has some scattered slowing from Northgate to past 164th and Linwood, and from the Boeing Freeway all the way into the Snohomish Valley. Northbound 405, that's actually starting to improve at this point. Your Seattle to Everett or Bellevue drive times, both of those are around 50 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Don't miss fireworks nights all summer, presented by T-Mobile. Next up is the Patriotic Show, July 3rd. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks. I'm Ted Beener with KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening, I'm Aaron Granillo. Watch parties filling up around the city in the area as Team USA takes on Bosnia and Herzegovina right now. Follows an epic match earlier today at Seattle Stadium. Belgian soccer fans celebrating their comeback victory over Senegal with a 3-2 win in extra time. Laura just flew into Seattle from Belgium last night.
About 22 hours of trip, but we are so happy to be there and to enjoy this moment with all the Belgian fun.
And Belgian fans will be back in Seattle next week. The team is staying here for a round of 16 match on Monday. They could face the USA. King County and the city of Seattle are moving to reset the county's regional homelessness authority after a scathing forensic review found mismanagement and millions of dollars missing. City and county will now take back control of more than $160 million in contracts from the regional authority. King County Executive Gurmai Zahalai says the agency will also get an embedded financial compliance team.
This team will provide regular progress updates to KCRHA's Finance Committee, as well as to my office and the mayor's office.
Seattle Mayor Katie Wilson says the changes will roll out in phases through 2027. The group trying to repeal Washington's new tax on millionaires plans to turn in its initiative signatures tomorrow. Let's Go Washington founder Brian Haywood says his group has more than enough to qualify for the November ballots. Opponents include Washington Education Association President Larry Delaney. He calls Haywood a greedy hedge fund mogul.
He's trying to buy himself a tax cut at the expense of our children, schools, and health care with Initiative 645.
Haywood and others say this tax is unconstitutional. Former Attorney General Rob McKenna is leading the legal challenge against it. A Seattle man now facing 3 felony charges after police say he posed as a city worker to steal copper wire from street lamps on the West Seattle Bridge. Officers stopped Gregory Galitzik on the bridge around 1 a.m. on Saturday, carrying bundles of wire and wire cutters. Prosecutors say the copper is worth about $1,000, but repairs to the bridge lighting could cost around $100,000. Galitzik has multiple prior felony convictions. He's now charged with malicious mischief, criminal impersonation, and theft. Your forecast now, cloudy skies for tonight and more clouds tomorrow with some partial sunshine in the afternoon, highs in the mid to upper 60s. Right now, 65 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
That was us imitating. Who's that? The fellow?
Flopper.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Flopper?
Bosnian and Herzegovina Flopper.
Yes.
Okay. Iron's all upset.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. It is World Cup fever in here. The John Curley Show. Diving into the news. Here we go. All right. Ty, you there?
I'm here. How you doing, Joe?
Good. Hey, buddy. By the way, thanks to you and your wife for the invite for 4th of July. But as I told you, I must be in my hometown to help out with the 4th of July celebrations there in the great town of Cle Elum. So,
no worries. Have fun.
Your tongue-in-cheek response by you. The reason you're on, not only because you're a buddy of mine, but also 28 years, the Seattle Police Department a veteran, plus also you were part of the Vice Squad as an undercover agent as well. So you have a pretty good history of Aurora Avenue and the prostitution, the crime that's been going on there. Do you remember when you first started doing Vice work there? What was the plan when they would send cops in? How did they do it on Aurora Avenue?
Well, when I first started many years ago, we used to actually make arrests. So what would happen is we would pose as buyers and Johns, and next thing you know, we'd get the offer and acceptance, and we would pull into a spot, and then our backup would come and make the arrest, and we kept it in check during that time.
Now,
and then But
1 second, Ty, how often did you put the cuffs on them, you put in the car, you take them downtown, you book them? Did you then see the same people out there 2 hours later or 2 days later? I mean, did you really put a dent in it?
Well, we did at the time, and there was something called the SOAP order.
Yeah.
and that was a stay out of areas of prostitution. So they would have a SOAP order put on them, and then if they're seen in that area, then they could be arrested just on site.
Okay. And how long were you involved in that undercover work there on Aurora?
A little over 10 years.
Wow. They stopped it. Were you still in there working with the police when they decided to get rid of that unit?
Yes, I was. Well, they didn't get rid of the unit during the defund the police movement and the loss of personnel and stuff. We went from 8 detectives, that full-time detectives in that unit, to 2 squads, 4 people in each squad with 2 sergeants. We went down to 2 people. And so the vice unit with Seattle Police also handles any assaults that happen to the sex workers. So it's not only undercover work, it's case work.
Right.
And so now I believe that unit has 3 people in it, and they're just inundated with casework, and because these girls up there are being victimized left and right, and so I don't believe there's much enforcement being done now.
Well, I called you prior to coming on. I said, are you familiar with what's happening up there? And so anybody else doesn't remember, there were 2 SUVs or 2 vehicles. They were unloaded more than 40 rounds at each other back and forth. The neighbors said, that's it. We can't take it anymore. They put some barriers, homemade barriers on the street to block these guys from basically going up Aurora, making a right-hand turn, coming around the block and, firing off guns and doing all the stuff that they enjoy doing, even though most of it's illegal. Then the city responded by going there, having a press conference. We understand you. We hear you. Take down the barriers. Now they're putting up traffic calming devices or some way they're basically trying to close the roads down so that the pimps can't use their neighborhoods, the people's neighborhoods, to sort of make these turns and to be constantly circling around where all their clients are. So that's what's been happening. And also we have Erica Evans, who is the city attorney, has said that those soap and soda laws, they are discriminatory. They've been around for 30 years. They don't work. We're not going to enforce them because of disproportionality. We tend to arrest brown and black people, and we can't be doing that. So that's sort of the landscape of what's been happening. By not enforcing laws, will have more illegal behavior, which then gets into the women that are involved, Ty. It must be a bit of a moral quandrum for somebody who's involved in something like this, because the woman, is she actively breaking the law by her choice, or is she caught in a vicious cycle of drugs and protection from the pimp and fear for her own life, right? That gets into that gray area. What are your thoughts, since you had been involved in this thing, trying to break it up for 20 some years?
Well, what I say is every person was young at one time, 4 and 5 years old, and a common question that's asked to a 4 and 5 year old is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I don't think there's ever been one of those girls that has ever said, I want to be a prostitute or a sex worker. Some bad things were dealt to that person the majority of times. Now, are there outliers? Yes. There are outliers where they come from a great family, but they still do this. So I believe that they're caught up in a vicious cycle. Mm-hmm. And these pimps, what people don't realize is these pimps and these exploiters are extremely, extremely good at what they do. And they put in the time and effort that others learning a skill, they put in that time and effort on one thing, and that's how to manipulate people. And so these people that get involved with these trained pimps that are real good at what they do, they don't necessarily have, in my opinion, when they're approached, they don't have the necessary tools to recognize it and combat against it. So that's my thought on that. And once these pimps get their paws on them, it's they make it pretty rough for them, and they scare them. They scare their families. They threaten that if you say anything or that we'll go after your family. And so, yeah, it's not a pleasant life for these people that are doing that.
Ty, does word spread to other states, other cities, that Seattle is not arresting the women? And
absolutely.
Okay, so then what happens then after that, when word gets out?
Oh, word is out.
Okay.
Make no mistake about it, because when I was in, I would probably arrest more girls from out of state than in state. There were girls from California, Nevada, all over the place. They would come here because word got out that they weren't going to be arrested. See, it changed when I was in the unit. We got the city came down and said we can't arrest them anymore. So what we started doing is we went out there with service providers and stuff. So we would still do the offer and acceptance, but then we would bring them to a location where services were offered to them. And they had a choice whether to accept the services or not. And they could walk away from the services. They could say, yeah, I'll go with the service provider, and they could get wherever they go, and they could walk out, and they'd be back out on the street. So,
yeah. You want to ask them, Joe?
Yeah, just my question, Ty, is what percentage, if you had to guess, of the prostitution and the pimps out there in the Aurora area, or just in Seattle in general, what percentage of the human trafficking is being done by kind of like the gangbanger turned pimp, local kind of guy that's been around for a while, and how much of it is big organized human trafficking?
I would say the smaller is the organized. That would be these independent pimps. They've figured out a way for other people to work to make money off of other people. See, these pimps collect all the money, or the women involved in this have to give up all their money to their pimp, and then the pimp supplies the clothing, the food, her necessary supplies, and so they rely on that pimp for their survival.
Yeah.
And that's what gets in their heads. So that's the thing that they're caught up against. And they think this person loves them and cares for them. They've just been manipulated horribly.
Why does gunfire break out between these different pimps on these streets there on Aurora Avenue over near these neighborhoods? What are they shooting over territory?
Well, they're shooting over property. They look at these girls as their property. Now, one of the biggest mistakes a prostituted person can do is be seen by their pimp talking to another African-American male. If their pimp is African-American, that girl cannot talk to another African-American up on the street.
Because word will get back to the guy that's enslaving her. Basically, you're going to step out on me and go to somebody else because they're promising you something else.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a big mistake for them to do. So so they're after the girls. They're after certain locations and turf. So
there's two ways that people think you can eradicate this. The illegal aspect. And one of them is something that's being wrestled with in Colorado, which would be to legalize it. So that whole argument, if you've legalized it, then you take the illegal out of it, then you take the black market, it's safer, there's less disease, you can then tax it, go the way of some parts of Nevada or the old Wallace, Idaho, but in the 70s, that then it would be safer for everybody. The other one is to try to eradicate it, good luck, because this is, I don't know if it's the oldest profession in the world, but it's got to be right up there, that they would never be able to get rid of it. So for somebody that has dedicated their entire life in ways that we can't go on, talk about on the air because of things you're involved in, but where do you come down on the legalizing aspect?
You know, I haven't done a heck of a lot of thought on that, but I've been to countries where it has been legalized and it has been accepted. I do, as you're well aware of, I continue to do undercover work throughout the world and infiltrated organizations. And I'll tell you one thing: with even when you're in countries that look the other way and accept it, it's devastating. And the moral fabric of a community, you have to look at that too. If you accept this as a community, if you accept this type of behavior with no consequences at all, you're going to get what you got on Aurora. All over. And it's basically, you're looking at what legalized prostitution looks like. You see it up on Aurora because there's no enforcement being done or little enforcement. And I am not at all, I want to make this extremely clear. The detectives that are in the Seattle Police Department Vice Unit are some of the finest detectives and hardest working detectives that I've ever met. And they care about their job and they care about these victims. And I mean, it's incredible the level of expertise in that unit. And they want to do the work. They want to help these people, but they're not allowed to the extent they want to. So,
what you're saying? They're not allowed to. They're not allowed what? Arrest them?
Yeah, they're not allowed to see when you take away if you take away the arrest powers, then the person that is committing the offense knows that they're not going to pay a price for that. Mm-hmm. So they're basically immune, right?
Yeah.
And they think, oh, this is going to be just a little bit of an inconvenience. He's going to talk to me. He can't do anything to me. He's going to talk to me, try to offer me services, and then I go on my merry way. So there's no consequences to bad behavior. And you saw what happened with when they stopped enforcing thefts under $1,000 or whatever it was.
Right, and yes, in San Francisco and in Seattle.
People would steal right up to that point, knowing that basically it's legal.
Yeah, it's the old thing. If they don't enforce the speed limit, then people will go at least 25 to 30 miles an hour over the speed limit because they're comfortable driving, but they don't want to obey it. They know they're not going to get stopped. So, Ty, prediction for what do you think happens? They continue to sort of hands off on this. They don't arrest the women. They block the streets so the pimps can't go around, have to drive further around into other neighborhoods. And unfortunately, this just keeps going and going and going for the people of Aurora. The sad story doesn't have an end.
In my opinion, no, it won't. It won't change. It might be a minor inconvenience for the pimp to have to drive down one more street and turn the block. It's not like them putting up roadblocks are going to or suddenly make a pimp go, oh man, I need to get out of this game. I got to go do something else. And see, I hand it to the people up there because every day when I was up there working, I wondered how people could live in that area and drive their kids to school or drive their kids to Albertsons or Home Depot and have to see that. And then having to sit next to that kid going, Mommy or Daddy, look at her. Why is she out there? And then having that conversation with a young person. That to me is I wondered how people could live up there. But I hand it to the people that were up there that took it into their own hands, because what they did is they shamed the city. And there's power in shaming. And they shamed the city. The city responded with take down the barricades. But then once it hit national news, city felt shame. Mm-hmm. Then what did the city do? They come back, oh, now we care about this.
Right.
Now we care about this. You have police officers that care about it, but the city doesn't care about it. And that's too bad, because every one of these victims is a human. And every one of these victims deserves compassion by not only the citizens, the officers, but they deserve compassion by the, like I said, the city. And so, yeah, I hand it to the citizens for doing what they did. And, but I don't think things are going to change for them. It's going to be a minor inconvenience, but they're still going to have to deal with what they're dealing with. And
Ty,
that's too bad.
can I just say something before we go to the traffic? I've known you probably over 2 years or something. We met on that plane that day. It's 28 years you've been in that business, and you've seen a whole bunch of bad stuff. I still hear it in your voice, the pain of having seen these lives. Well, why hasn't it hardened you?
I just look at what they're going through. I mean, it's how I feel or how it affects me. I don't really think about that. As you know, I retired, but I went straight to work, continuing doing this work all over the world. And my wife asked me why I continue to do it. My kids ask me why I continue to do it. And I do it for the people out there that have no one looking for them. I mean, and someone's got to care. And I'm not saying I'm by only means I'm out there by myself. No, there's a lot of people doing this type of stuff, but I choose to stay involved and to keep working and to keep, because once you've rescued someone and brought them back hope, because they lost hope, and once you bring it back and see the light in their eyes, there's nothing better than that, John.
Ty, thanks.
Well, hey, thank you. I appreciate coming on and everything, and it's. I hope you have fun on the 4th of July. You know, you could be out. You could be out at the lake.
Could be out at your lake. I know you're wakeboarding. Hey, you haven't seen a 4th of July parade. You see one in Cleon. Ty, we got to go. We're up against the traffic. I'll call you afterwards. Thanks for your time.
All right.
Bye. All right. Here, Beaner checking traffic. Here we go.
This traffic report is brought to you by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Firecracker Alley on northbound I-5 ramp to 175th. A disabled bus continues to partially block the ramp. Otherwise, heading northbound I-5 slows from the West Seattle Bridge into downtown, from the county line to 164th, and from US 2 into Marysville. Northbound 405 has got braking at times from 520 to 522. Your Seattle to Everett or Bellevue drive times are both around 45 minutes. Heading south, southbound I-5 is solid from 85th to I-90, and again from State Route 18 to the Tacoma Dome. Southbound 405 is crowded from 520 into Newcastle. Southbound 167 has occasional slowing from 405 to near 15th, and again from Pacific into Puyallup. Your Renton to Puyallup drive time is now 46 minutes. Renton to Bellevue, 28 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma is an hour, and Tacoma to Olympia is 40 minutes. This traffic report is brought to you by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians and Firecracker Alley. Stock up on the 4th at Firecracker Alley. Learn more at puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. I'm Ted Biener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
Hey, John, why don't you tell everybody why you started going to Longevity
No, I
Medical
don't want to
Clinic?
do that. I can tell you, I started going to Longevity Medical Clinic before I started doing these commercials, but why I went is not important.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay. I'll tell you. I was a Sammamish City Council member, and whenever they had asked me to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I couldn't make it through the whole thing without crying. I know, it's so dumb. I mean, I know I'm patriotic, but what the heck? So I go into Longevity Medical Clinic, and I explained this to them, that there's something wrong with my hormones or something, and they see the testosterone and the estrogen are all out of balance. We balance all that stuff, and I can do the Pledge of Allegiance without crying. But I've also noticed that I deal with stress a lot better, don't I?
Yes, you're a lot easier to live with
Yes.
because you're getting more sleep, you have more energy, you're better organized, and I'm not helping you look for your car keys every morning.
Right, because now I've taken the steps to take care of my mind and body. I strongly recommend anybody get the free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
The sounds of summer. They're great until they're not. Luckily, AutoZone has free battery testing and charging
Let me check that for you.
to help make a rough moment smooth. Don't miss the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone. Free products with select deals until July 27th. And free services every day. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Olympic Hot Tub's All-American Soak, Swim, and Sauna event is here. Now's the time to save thousands on a saltwater hot tub, swim spa, or sauna. With up to 3 years to pay for it, interest-free. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good evening. I'm Aaron Granello. It is win or go home for the U.S. men's national team as they look to make history at the World Cup. If they beat Bosnia and Herzegovina, it'll mark the first time the U.S. men have moved on from the first knockout round since 2002. ABC's Christian Cordero reports from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara.
This is a U.S. men's national team that has proven through the past 3 matches that they deserve to compete in this World Cup. Not just that we deserve to be here, deserve to play in front of a home crowd, but actually perform. You know, the last game we got to rotate a bunch of players because the game itself, the results weren't going to change the standing.
Current score 0-0 or 0-0. Earlier today, Seattle hosted a World Cup match that saw Belgium come back to beat Senegal 3-2 in extra time. Now, some Chinatown International District leaders say their neighborhood is missing out on the World Cup boost, saying business sales are down about 22%. Mayor Katie Wilson.
You know, getting people to really branch out and patronize businesses around the city, you know, it's a lift.
Gary Lee is a CID advocate. He accuses the mayor of turning the neighborhood into what he calls a human dumping ground.
She sent homeless drug addicts into our community, so soccer fans would not have to see them in downtown, the waterfront, or Park Place Market.
A community rally is planned at Hing Hay Park on Monday. That's when Seattle hosts its round of 16 match. Microsoft just wrapped up its worst month on Wall Street in nearly 26 years. Stock fell 19% in June, wiping out $650 billion in market value. That is the steepest monthly drop since December of 2000. Investors growing anxious over the company's massive AI spending and an unclear timeline for returns. Now, shares did rise 3% today after news of more layoffs at Microsoft coming next week. Now to the real-time traffic desk at 5:33. Here's Ted Biener.
Thank you, Aaron. On the northbound I-5 ramp to 175th, a disabled bus continues to partially block the ramp there. Otherwise, if you're heading southbound I-5, it is solid from 85th to I-90 and again from State Route 18 to near State Route 16. Southbound 405 is heavy from 520 down into Newcastle. Southbound 167 has occasional slowing from Willis to past 15th and again from Pacific into Puyallup. Your Renton to Puyallup drive time, that's eased now to about 43 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, that's about a half hour. Seattle to Tacoma, that has improved to 55 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia, that is 40 minutes. Now, if you're heading north, northbound I-5 slows from the West Seattle Bridge into downtown and from the county line to 164th in Linwood, as well as from US 2 into Marysville. Northbound 405 has got some merge crowding with 520. Your Seattle to Everett or Bellevue drive times, both of those are around 40 minutes. Why pay retail? Save big with the largest carpet and hardwood flooring selection at Carpet Liquidators. 7 locations. They have you covered at Carpet Liquidators. I'm Ted Biener with KIRO News Radio Real-Time Traffic.
And your forecast for tomorrow calls for more of the same that we've seen today. Cloudy skies for the most part. A couple of sun breaks here and there, but staying dry, highs in the mid-60s. Right now, mostly cloudy, 64 degrees in downtown Seattle right now. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Wilcox County Farm Eggs. Teeny, I believe you got a small button there. It says push it. Thank you. And there it goes round and round. Names of all the players are on the board. And it lands on... Oh, no. I'm sorry. It landed on Aaron, but he's really deep into this soccer. So.
I can do something for you.
Okay, all right.
In honor of the goal that wasn't a goal by the U.S., they called offsides. Here's what you do. You take a pan, you crack the egg, and half of it goes off the side of the pan, and the other half is in. Called offsides.
Offsides. Wow. There you go. Wow. Look at that. Huh? Nice. That's something. By the way, you, I think, are you aware of the rules? And
thought I was.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
No.
Did not think that was offside.
I'm upset about that.
No.
You talked to Bob and who's the other guy in there? Dave, to do the sports thing. I think
Dave
still
Wyman.
on the air. Yeah, Wyman.
Dave, yeah.
And they're like, soccer. They don't like the flopping. I'm with them. I said that before. You lay down. You have 5 seconds. If you're still on the ground, the other team is allowed to come over and kick you.
Agreed. The flopping is awful, but I'm shocked that they wouldn't embrace this and just be all in.
Well, I mean, they love all sports, but I think football would probably be the top. Sure. And then Mariners as well, but then everybody talks soccer.
What happens if somebody's actually injured and then the teammates come over and
kick
you
them when they're injured? You have 3 seconds to say that you're really hurt.
But how do you prove it in 3 seconds?
That's part of the game. That's part of the fun.
I get it.
That's part of the fun. Let me tell you, if you knew you had 3 seconds to have these guys judge as to whether or not you're really hurt, you're going to pop right up because they can kick. They've demonstrated that.
That's right.
They start kicking you, and they do a little kicky feet, and they start kick. Right.
Stomp you with the cleats?
No, just like general, like the fancy kicks that they do. Like a bicycle kick the way Pele likes to do.
Oh. You love saying Pele.
That's the only in the 60s, like 70s and 80s, and people that knew nothing of soccer were like, "Oh, that Pele with that bicycle kick. Have you seen that? Oh, it's crazy. That guy, the Pele." And Philadelphia Freedom was the great song that we were all singing there in 1976 because the bicentennial by Elton John. People thought, it's all about the bicentennial. It turns out to be about the Philadelphia Freedom, which was a Philadelphia soccer team.
Huh.
Did you know that?
No.
Do you know that song, Andrew? Philadelphia Freedom?
Yeah.
KIRO Radio, 538. Here's Elton John and Philadelphia Freedom. Oh, missed it. Reset it.
Come on.
Reset, please.
I'm going to go. Okay.
538 KIRO Radio. 72 degrees. Chance of showers heading into the new year. Well, 4th of July, maybe 75 to 80. Let's get some sunshine. Speaking of sunshine, how about some Philadelphia Freedom? Here's Elton John. God, I'm off.
If the course is right, I'd leave to find the answer on the road.
So everybody thought this was about the bicentennial?
I used to be a heart beating for someone.
Yeah, people are like, oh, let's be bicentennial.
Why?
Because it's 1976.
Yeah, but what does this say?
Here comes. Get ready.
Cause I live and breathe this Philadelphia freedom.
Okay.
From the day that I was born away from
I don't know all the words.
You never do.
Philadelphia freedom takes me knee high to a man.
Whatever that means.
Give me a piece of mama, daddy, never had.
Give me peace of mama, daddy never had.
Give me peace of mind my daddy never had.
Okay, who was going to say?
Shine on me.
By the way.
I love you. Shine a light.
It's about a tennis team.
Yeah, it's about the tennis. Oh, tennis. I'm sorry. I was just trying to tie it in with the World Cup.
It was about Billie Jean King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's telling that? Somebody wrote that in there?
No, I Googled it.
All right.
All right, John, where were you when that song came out?
Oh,
I was living in Philadelphia, and I had a job during the summer as a houseboy, not at Betsy Ross's house, but another house on that same street. And it was my job to stand there basically as a human prop. Was that 76 that came out?
Oh, Houseboy. I was thinking Tuesday Boy.
No.
Jeez.
Bicentennial Tuesday Boy? No, it was a houseboy. Was it 76? 1976?
Spotify says May 1975.
35, yeah. But
Close enough.
Really caught on.
Where were you, Ted?
I was in school at Oregon State University.
Oh, show off.
Sheesh.
Old man. Showing off that you were old in school.
I was a DJ back then for dances, and
all right.
that
Hold
was
on.
one of those tunes.
Ted.
I bet Ted hit the post.
Hit the post. Let's see Ted hit the post. You ready? Ted, old DJ. How long were you DJ for?
Oh, no, this was just for school dances. That's what I was doing.
No, don't walk away from
I'm going to bail out of that.
No. You want to try to hit it, Joe?
Sure.
Okay, here we go. Joe's going to hit the post.
This is the new one off Elton John's album, I Don't Know What It Is. This is a song about his favorite tennis player and close friend, Billie Jean King, and the beloved Philadelphia Flyers tennis team.
I used to be a rolling stone, you know.
Yeah, you got the post. Okay. Well, we didn't do any news. Shame on us. Put down on the board. Did zero news in that segment.
Yeah, no news. Okay.
The board seems to be full of those marks, whether we weren't doing news.
Yes.
Here's Ted checking traffic. Ted.
I'm going to spend the vinyl and the cassette tapes. That's what we were doing back in those days. All right, this traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. On the northbound I-5 ramp to 175th, still got that disabled bus continuing to partially block the ramp there. Otherwise, your Wednesday evening commute, it is showing signs of winding down. Northbound I-5 still has some slowing from the West Seattle Bridge into downtown. Also from the county line to past 164th and Linwood, and from US 2 to Marysville. Northbound 405, it's got a little bit of merge slowing there with 520. Your Seattle to Everett or Bellevue drive times, both of those are between 40 and 45 minutes. Now, if you're heading south, southbound I-5, that is still solid from 85th to I-90, and again from State Route 18 to near State Route 16. Southbound 405, pretty heavy from 520 down into Newcastle. And State Route 167, that's got occasional slowing from Willis to past 15th, and again from Pacific into Puyallup. Your Renton to Bellevue or Puyallup drive time, that's now about 42 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, that is 30 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma, that drive has dropped to about 50 minutes now, and Tacoma to Olympia is still hanging in there at 40 minutes. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. I'm Ted Beener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
KIRO News Radio, where you hear G and Ursula, weekdays 9 to noon.
What if your boss knew exactly how desperate you were for money and used that information to decide how little they were going to pay you?
To have an algorithm to pay people as low as possible? How low can we go? This has always been a thing for companies.
Because that is essentially a warning on what's called algorithmic wage discrimination.
Watch live or later on the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel.
When you walked through your kitchen this morning, what'd you see? Did it make you happy? Hi, I'm Chad Cicchini, owner of Heritage Homecraft. Well, I want to make you happy. We'll custom build you all new cabinet doors and drawer fronts, and using our exclusive 1/4-inch solid wood refacing process, transform your existing cabinets into a beautiful new kitchen. Add a custom quartz countertop, change things up a bit, add some more cabinets, install some cool new features like soft close drawers and sliding shelves, whatever you like. We'll help you to create the new kitchen you'll be proud of. All in about a week, and all with way less mess, hassle, time, and expense than a tear out. Call today and I'll get one of our pros to come out and show you how easy and comfortable it'll be to get going on your new kitchen. Stop waiting. We're having a trade-in sale. You'll save $30 per door and drawer front off the cost of your new kitchen. Count them up and see how much you'll save. Heritage Homecraft, 425-485-1600, 425-485-1600, or heritagehomecraft.com.
Hi, how can I help?
Well, my husband and I feel like we've outgrown our current money manager.
I see.
Our lives have changed, and we need something more than just mutual funds to help us in retirement.
She's right.
I hear that often. At Fisher Investments, we'd start by getting to know you, your finances, family, health, lifestyle. We tailor a portfolio around your goals and needs.
Sounds good.
Can you help with estate planning?
Yes. We have a team of specialists who can help you with estate planning, Social Security, investment income, and more. We'll get to know your whole financial picture and help keep you on the path to a comfortable retirement.
And your fees?
We have a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
I feel better already.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Welcome to this week's Puget Sound Express Whale Report. Summer is heating up, and so are whale sightings. According to naturalists with Puget Sound Express, there are 3 different species of whales in the Salish Sea right now: Biggs orcas, humpback whales, and minke whales. Minkies don't get as much attention, but are fascinating whales. They are filter feeders similar to humpbacks, but smaller and faster. In the whale watching community, they have 2 nicknames: Slinky Minkies on account of their speed, and Stinky Minkies due to their notoriously bad breath. Family-run Puget Sound Express offers daily guaranteed whale watching tours departing from Edmonds. These are Seattle's most popular and well-reviewed whale tours. Puget Sound Express also offers tours out of Port Townsend and Port Angeles on the Olympic Peninsula. Orcas, humpbacks, minke whales, and so much more. Don't miss out on your chance to see whales in the wild. Family-run Puget Sound Express guarantees you'll see whales or your next trip is free. Book online at PugetSoundExpress.com.
Have you ever really thought about what happens when you can no longer care for yourself?
If you're not prepared, it's like they just ship you off to a nursing home and you may not even have considered all the options that are available to you.
After retiring, Vic attended a free seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagayach at LifePoint Law, and it changed the way he planned for his future.
He talked about not running out of money, not being a burden to your family. Those are 2 kind of basic principles that are obviously important.
So what's Vic's advice?
You have to have a plan. You need a running start. You need to be able to understand the system. I would encourage people to consider getting educated. Rajiv has a lot of knowledge, a lot of practical experience that can be helpful.
Register for a free LifePoint Law retirement planning seminar in Federal Way on July 7th, Bremerton July 9th, Everett July 11th, or Bellevue July 18th. Space is limited. Sign up at lifepointlaw.com. lifepointlaw.com.
Do you notice sounds coming from your crawl space or attic, or possibly stale or foul odors in your home? This could be that rodents have gotten into your attic and crawl and have made it their home. They tear up the insulation to make nests to have babies. They contaminate it with their biological waste, which can be harmful to your health. And they ruin your home's energy blanket, costing you thousands of dollars a year. If you even think you may have a problem, call Insulation Northwest today, and we will come to your home as soon as tomorrow and perform a free, no-obligation inspection to determine what the problem is. This inspection normally costs $199, but it's yours free just for calling today. If we discover any problem with rodents in your home, we can get them out and keep them out and restore your home's protective insulation blanket back to brand new condition. Let Insulation Northwest give peace and comfort back to you and your family and save you thousands of dollars in energy savings. Call Insulation Northwest today, the real insulation company.
InsulationNorthwest.com.
Nick, you know what my dad always used to say?
Oh, which thing? Let me guess. If you put anything on a hot dog besides mustard, it's un-American?
Okay, that's true. Okay, but no, about the word worry. Remember he used to say about the word worry?
Yes, that it's not a verb, but it actually is.
I know it's a verb, but Nick, his point was nothing comes from worrying. You can sit here and worry about all the news and all about the chaos in the world. You worry about your health, but nothing comes of it. You have to take action.
Right.
Like, for instance, you and I, we go into Longevity Medical Clinic. That's an action. It's about taking that action. Like, people can go to Longevity Medical Clinic, take the free health analysis, and then they can find out how they're aging and the things they can do in order to slow down the process to have a big, full, rich life so you can enjoy a hot dog with whatever you want on it.
And now worry is a verb.
See, there you go. So it all starts for you taking action. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Motorcycle accident cases require a thorough investigation by a team of experienced legal professionals if they have any chance of being successful. Insurance companies, juries, and even the police tend to assume the worst about motorcycle riders. Get help from an experienced team of attorneys that have successfully resolved hundreds of motorcycle accident cases over the past 30 years. Call Davis Law Group for a free legal consultation or get my free book on motorcycle accidents at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. It all ends July 4th. Staples. That was easy.
The John Curley Show mailbag is brought to you by Advanced Hair Restoration.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Advanced Hair. My full head of hair. Joe says tomorrow's show is going to be a wingding, super fun celebration.
What is it? It's not the...
It's a weird quintessence.
Yeah. It's going to be a 250th birthday spectacular.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right. Good.
Not doing any news.
We gave you a little taste of it in the last one.
Unless it's related to...
We had a little song for us? How much are we going to hear, I wonder?
We have time for...
I'm the mailman. As you can see, I'm the
mailman.
All right, there we go. We'll get the letter of the day. First, take care of all the rest. Joe.
Goose in the 206 says, I know I'm late, but I really enjoyed your chat with Hannah Krieg. This was it was really good, and hope to hear more opposite side conversations.
We want Hannah to come back on again. Is she going to come back on? Did she have an okay time?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. Jesse B says, hello, beautiful people. Happy Canada Day. That's right.
That's right.
They're celebrating their whatever.
They're independent?
Being Canada.
Suck on that, Canada. Ted from Tacoma says, please, somebody tell the other Ted that there's a 2 bumper-to-bumper minimum on every traffic report.
Yeah. Well, everybody could... Telex put his own spin on stuff.
Well, back in the 70s, we did do the bump.
Okay, all right.
That's right, Canada. Suck on that.
Stephanie Redden says, hello, Teddy Bean. Great to hear you in the afternoon. By the way...
Teddy Bean, wow.
Beaner's going, how many hours you been doing this since? 11 o'clock this morning?
Since 11, yeah, and I'm back tomorrow morning. She gave me that nickname about a week or two ago.
Oh, nice.
All right.
We'll be using it tomorrow. Ben, the security expert, says Pele came to Seattle and stayed at the Red Lion Inn in Renton. I had the house band, and we got to hang out with him. This was back in the mid to late 70s. I DJ'd at the best clubs in those days.
Mm-hmm. You know who else DJ'd back there in the 70s?
Ted the Bean.
That's right, Teddy Bean. Elliot in Seattle says that segment was actually good news.
Fair enough.
All right.
Biscuit from Everett said, with all these stories about monetizing these overnight sensations, has Sherry ever thought of doing this with her giant hands? As for digging up dirt, I assume Sherry would be great at digging dirt up because of her huge hands.
You could become a ghost someday.
Tony in Lakewood, whatever happened to that kid that wanted everyone to leave Britney alone?
Yes. Chris Crocker. Remember this guy?
Yes.
Leave Brittany alone! Please! And how f***ing dare anyone out there make fun of Brittany after all she's been through?
Chris became Kara Cunningham and doesn't really do much these days.
What, that seems out of left field.
What?
Tony's comment about leave Brittany alone. Like,
We were talking about viral stars.
Oh, people that get milkshake ducked.
That's right, milkshake duck.
And now it is time for the letter of the day.
Keeney just keeps the show on track. I don't know what to do without her. Here we go.
Paul in Sammamish again.
Oh, boy.
Says the murder rate nationwide may be down, but the slaughter of the English language increases every day that John Curley is on the air. Happy birthday, America.
I kid because I love. Forgot to put that part in there.
You're right. I have dyslexia.
That's all she wrote. Jumping on the dyslexic bandwagon.
Great excuse.
All right.
She left the gloom.
Let's do another hour. Teddy Bean's going to be in there with traffic and everything else. And then big celebration tomorrow. Here we go. Checking traffic.
By the way, that's not an excuse. That's a reason. All right, this traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners on the northbound I-5 ramp to 175th. Still have that disabled bus. It continues to partially block the ramp there. Otherwise, your Wednesday afternoon commute is easing. We still have slowing in some of the usual spots. Some drive times, Renton to Puyallup, that is now down to 40 minutes. Bellevue to Renton, that drive time has improved to 25 minutes. Seattle to Tacoma, that has dropped to 50 minutes. And Tacoma to Olympia has eased to 35 minutes. Now, for those heading north, your Seattle to Everett drive time is about 45 minutes, while from Bellevue, that is down to 35 minutes. Search Seattle Sports on YouTube and click subscribe to get fresh video content daily. I'm Ted Biener with KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic.
KIRO News Radio, where you turn for the news you depend on.
A political shakeup for Democrats that represent Seattle.
Traffic.
Right now, Auburn to Renton at 25 minutes. That's a good 10-minute delay.
Conversation.
3 people on the floor can't cover 20 aisles of plexiglass. They're doing their best. It just doesn't work.
And your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
And the party begins.
Broadcasting live from the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
They call this one Bill.
Whoa, aliens? Am I in a spaceship?
Affirmative, Bill.
What's with the laser saw?
Relax. We are cutting our bill in half.
What?
An Xfinity mobile transmission says you can cut your bill in half.
Oh, your mobile bill, not me, Bill.
Xfinity Mobile also says we can try it free for a year. Free.
Yes, with no commitment. Can we put the saw away?
I am reluctant. But we will find another being to bisect.
That's not sci-fi. It's Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Internet members cut your mobile bill in half. Plus, try Xfinity Mobile free for a year. No commitment. Learn more at xfinitymobile.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings compares one line of Xfinity Mobile Select to comparable plans from T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T as of 3/24/26. Taxes, fees, extra. $30 monthly discount limited to new mobile customers only. After 12 months, regular rates apply.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Do you get sinus infections?
congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches. You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Hey there, Dawn Riding with Olympic Hot Tub. Make this the summer you start to relax and feel better right in your own home. During our All-American Soak, Swim, and Sauna event, enjoy liberating savings on a saltwater hot tub, swim spa, or sauna, with up to 3 years to pay for it interest-free. A soak or swim under the stars, a sauna after a long day. Celebrate feeling better today. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Mom, she was living on her own and scared. We didn't feel it was very safe for her. And we found Aegis. Love it. Everybody is so welcoming and she is just so safe here.
She has serious Alzheimer's disease. When she sees me, she smiles, she gives me a hug, and we dance together.